day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, you beauties. Welcome to it. Thank you for getting up so bright and early. If you're still in bed, it's okay. You can stay there for another 3 hours. We got you covered. We are going to be turning things up a notch and spicing our way into the kitchen. First up, Chef Clem brings along a friend in our weekly culinary hotline. She is singing celebrity chef Prim Reddy, one of my oldest friends in the industry. She was there when it all began for me. I absolutely adore her, and she's amazing in the kitchen. We're also going to put their taste buds to the test by having them try the Chilli challenge. We cannot wait to see if they can bear the heat. I have a feeling she can, but it's going to be fun to watch. Then we're going to head up to Joburg to catch up with the 5FM team and finally put the debate to rest. Does Pretoria actually have red roads? Dan is convinced he might have egg on his face a little bit later this morning. And then the icing on the cake, we chat to Women's African Cup of Nations winners, Banyana Banyana. They've done us so proud. It's going to be an inspirational show, so strap yourself in for the next 3 hours. It's going to be a blast. And of course, I'm not riding this crazy ride alone. I've got two of my best mates in the industry right now, right here to kickstart your Wednesday morning. Good morning. Are you ready for a wild ride?
We are ready indeed. And every time when Graham says I'm his best mate, I'm like, oh, my word, G-Man, we see you. Good morning, Mzansi, good morning, and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. My name is Jamie Domberg. As you heard, we are spicing things up today on the show. It's all about curry. Yes, yes, yes. So we're asking you on social media, what is your favorite curry? Do you love a curry in a hurry? Because we all do, and maybe you are the curry master of South Africa. Then we want you to come out with all of those secret recipes from your auntie, your oma, everybody. Let us know what you think that key ingredient is to your curry, making your curry extra special, extra spicy, extra all of the heat that we need to find out on. That WhatsApp number is 063-408-8863. We'd love to connect with you throughout the show. Also connect with us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All of that is going to be happening, and use that hashtag Expresso Show while I dig into my Clover Classic and make sure that my level of tanginess is going to be settled before we get into all of the heat. The man of spice is here with his news headlines.
Yep, I have a feeling we're going to get the head sweat today. It is going to be a spicy show, but let's delve into our official duties, starting with our national news headlines first. The Pretoria High Court has dismissed an urgent application by Prince Mnisi Zulu to halt the coronation of King Msizulu Zwelithini as the new AmaZulu monarch. Now, Prince Mnisi, brother of the late King Goodwill Zwelithini, filed the application with 13 other members of the Zulu royal family to oppose Msizulu being the king. And now, the urgent application was pending a review application challenging the decision by President Cyril Ramaphosa to recognize Msizulu as king. Judge Noluntu Bam struck the matter off the roll with costs. Then Sports, Arts and Culture Minister Nathi Mthethwa has emphasized the importance of equal pay for male and female soccer stars as cheering fans gave the victorious Banyana Banyana a hero's welcome at OR Tambo International Airport in Kempton Park yesterday. They, of course, beat Morocco in the final of the Women's Africa Cup on Saturday evening. Mthethwa announced that Banyana Banyana players would receive an additional 5.8 million rand on top of what SAFA had initially promised the squad. Mthethwa added that women and men must be supported equally. Then on the international news front, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has arrived in Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa, which is also the seat of the African Union headquarters. That's on the last leg of his African tour. Now, his visit aims to strengthen Moscow's ties with the continent, where many countries have been reluctant to take sides and condemn Russia over its invasion of the Ukraine. Preparations for the upcoming Africa-Russia summit, scheduled to take place in Addis Ababa later this year, are Lavrov's main agenda. Then meanwhile, European Union or EU energy ministers have agreed that countries will cut gas use in case Russia halts supplies. So EU members, locked in negotiations since the idea was first suggested last week, have now agreed to a voluntary cut of 15% between August and March. This was not a mission impossible, tweeted the Czech Republic, which holds the rotating EU presidency. The EU said the aim was to make savings ahead of winter, warning that Russia was continuously using energy supplies as a weapon. Then a starving polar bear has been approaching homes in an Arctic outpost in the north tip of Russia for help after its tongue became stuck in a tin can. Now, some extraordinary footage, as you can see on the screen right now, shows the wild animal basically pleading for human help as it's been unable to eat after its tongue got lodged in an empty condensed milk can, and the bear became so exhausted with the can stuck in its mouth and was approaching us and sticking its tongue out, according to a resident. But it was impossible to offer help without traumatizing the bear, so people gave up. Well, with residents unable to remove the sharp-edged can from the polar bear's mouth, a team of vets was then summoned to the remote village, and they did manage to sedate the bear, a female, and remove the can. Now, Russian environmental watchdog chief Svetlana Radionova said that one of the vets was treating multiple cuts on the bear's tongue, and all was well that ended well for the poor polar bear, and she will be returned to her natural habitat together with a stack of fish, just as an added bonus, well deserved after such an ordeal. Well, on that positive note, we round off our news headlines. Let's delve into what's making their front pages on the sporting front. So building on a story that we broke a moment ago, of course, Women's African Cup of Nations champions Banyana Banyana, they touched down at ORT airport to a hero's welcome on Tuesday morning. Banyana Banyana beating hosts Morocco 2-1 in that final on Saturday and became the first team to win all 6 games in the tournament as they did it. In addition to the rapturous welcome, the Sports Ministry announced that 5.8 million rand injection on top of the 9.2 million that was promised by SAFA, a major step forward, taking that total amount to the team, 15 million rand for their achievements. That equates to around 570,000 rand for each player. Certainly well earned. And staying with footballing news, a little further afield, Aaron Ramsey will leave Juventus after they terminated the former Arsenal midfielder's contract by mutual agreement. The 31-year-old joined Juve on a free transfer back in July of 2019, was sent on loan to Scottish side Rangers last January after making just 5 appearances for the club last season. And elsewhere, PSG, they have signed versatile France's midfielder Nordi Mukiele on a 5-year contract. That's from RB Leipzig. No financial details were given, but media reported that he had signed for around 16 million euros, including some add-ons. Then on to cricketing news. The Marizan Cup has been ruled out of the Commonwealth Games. That was after cutting short her participation in the Tour of England for family reasons. The very much in-form all-rounder returned home before the first of the 3 T20s against England. It was last Thursday after her brother-in-law suffered a serious injury in an accident which has left him in intensive care. Now, Coach Hilton Morang, he confirmed that she would not return to England for the games, which are set to start in Birmingham tomorrow. South Africa are in Group B alongside England, again, New Zealand and Sri Lanka. Pretty tough pool. Then on to cycling. Cecily Atrup-Ludwig won the 3rd stage of the inaugural Tour de France Femme, with Marianne Vos finishing second and in so doing retaining that yellow jersey. The 26-year-old finished 2 seconds ahead of the Dutch rider. Ludwig managing to pull away from a 6-strong breakaway coming into that finish line after the 133.6-kilometer ride from Reims to Epernay. And South Africa's Ashley Moman-Pasio finishing the stage in 3rd place. Incredible. Currently now in 5th place in the general classification. We're certainly going to try to connect with her a little bit later, but we will definitely be chatting to Banyana Banyana after their incredible African victory this weekend. So stay tuned for that. But right now, let's see what the weather has in store for us on this Wednesday morning.
Some sad news on the weather front this morning is that California's Oak Fire continues to cause misery and destruction and has now burned through more than 18,000 of acres and destroyed at least 41 structures since it ignited near the state's world-famous Yosemite National Park on Friday. Now, this as fire crews battle overwhelmingly dry conditions, extreme high temperatures and steep terrain. More than 1,400 structures are still threatened. Some 3,000 personnel are battling the blaze, deploying air air and land efforts, including 24 helicopters, 302 fire engines and 82 bulldozers. But challenging terrain and abundant dry vegetation fueling the fire has also complicated efforts to tamp down its growth. Meanwhile, in Texas, at least 20 homes have been destroyed after a wildfire spread to a residential area. This as Texas Forest Service fighters responded to 7 new wildfires. Then moving on from wildfires, we head on over to your sunrise views. Now, first up this morning, we had this one sent in by Karuna out in Alberton, showing off some clear skies with a burnt orange horizon and some palm trees in the distance. Then we also had Bev LaRue, who sent us this one, showcasing the calm ocean this morning as the sun begins to rise in Doonside. Emil Jones also sent us this beautiful image of the sky filled with a spectrum of colors as it's lighting up the shadowy trees out in Johannesburg. Epically sent us this neon pink sky from her neighborhood out in East London. And then finally, this one from one of our regulars, Fawzia Tobias, sent us this heavenly image from GQ Gqeberha this morning, featuring some overcast clouds glowing brightly. Don't forget to share your sunrise images with us on our WhatsApp line. That number is 063 408 8863. We'd love to see what your morning view looks like this morning. That being said, here are the temperatures for the rest of the country. For you, Polokwane, it is a low of 7 that will peak at 23. If you're out and about in Umbombela on this Wednesday, your minimum is 11 that will peak at 29 as well. Pretoria, for you, partly cloudy conditions can be expected, ranging from 10 to 23, as well as for you, Johannesburg, your minimum is 8 with a maximum of 20. Mahikeng, 10-24. Klerksdorp can be seen with a range of 8 to 20, as well as for you, Kimberley, do expect a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 23. Bloemfontein, thunder showers are coming your way, but it is a range of 6 to 20. Richards Bay, for you, it is 16-26, as well as for you, Pietermaritzburg, your minimum is 10 with a maximum of 24. South Africa's playground, Durban, ranging from 16 to 23. Mthatha, for you, partly cloudy conditions are also expected with a range of 8 to 21. East London, 13-21. Craddock, 5-19, and GQ Gqeberha, your range is 11 to 18. George, starting the day off with a minimum of 8 and a maximum of 16. The Mother City, your low is 9 with a high of 19. For you, Worcester, it is 7-21. Sutherland, 2-15. And last but definitely not least, Uppington, ranging from 8 to 24. Well, that is where I leave your first installment of your weather here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, thank you so much. Jamie Lee Domberg, it's a beautiful one because it's a spicy one. We're taking it all the way chili. Can you handle your chili?
I love it, but I can't handle it. I sweat from every pore. My head literally sweats.
You look at your knees and they're sweating. Well, listen, we're going to be taking you on a spice journey. We've got Prim ready joining us for our culinary hotline bling. Sing. It's a good one.
It's going to be, she's one of the spiciest people I know, and she is so funny. We cannot wait to connect with her. And if you love curry in a hurry, let us know, 063 408 8863. We'd love to hear from you ahead of our culinary hotline. Then we're going to introduce you to Nibs van der Spey, our incredible performer this morning. He is unbelievable on the strings, a singer-songwriter who's going to be performing just for you. Yeah, boy, yes. So stick around. It's going to be a fun 3 hours, and we're back in the kitchen after this.
Nourish your skin with Ingram's Camphor Cream, enriched with camphor and glycerine. Now with 48-hour moisture to restore dry skin. New look Ingram's. Your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You heard that sound, you know what time it is. Welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Yes, indeed. This morning we are turning up the heat and we are discussing all things spice, all things nice. Now, joining Chef Clem in the kitchen, we have the one, the only celebrity chef and author Prim Reddy on our culinary panel this morning. Please do join in on the discussion and send us your voice notes. We want to hear from you this morning on that WhatsApp line. You know that number, 063-408-8863. Are you guys ready to spice it up?
I'm always ready.
You were born ready. Welcome
Of course.
to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's so exciting.
Listen, we've always
Awesome.
wanted a bit of a musical culinary hotline.
Right.
So because you are a singer, at any time if you just want to break out in singing and dance, you can do that. It is a free range. But in terms of spice, guys, people sometimes think that spices are pepper, cardamom, all of that stuff. But no, we are going full on chili.
Heat.
Heat.
Capsaicin. Fire. Fuego.
Exclamation.
Fear. What other languages?
In Telugu, it's karam.
Wow.
In Hindi, it's teta. In English, it's hot.
Hot. Hot.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today. And I think, like, especially now being winter, I like the fact that we can eat food to warm us up from the inside out. And I'm addicted to chili. That kind of that burn, the pain. I love it, and it is addictive. People go back and they go back for more and more. So we're going to really play around with some spice today, and that's why I had to bring you into the kitchen, because, I mean, you are amazing when it comes to spices and curries, and also your personality. I mean, your TV royalty as well. So
Why, thank you.
if you see me just bar out of the kitchen, I'm going to leave everything to Prim, because, I mean, can I just also... I mean, your restaurant has also won Best Indian Restaurant in Cape Town.
Yeah, for the Eat Out Awards, 5 years in a row. I'm just boasting.
5 years! In a row. So you're going to bring it to the show today. People are excited. You want to get into the first recipe, though?
Yes, I don't think I've ever seen you fangirl this much ever in the kitchen. I think Chef Clem might have a little bit of a crush.
I love when I can be in a kitchen and kind of not sit back, but learning from other people. It's like, that's the thing about being a chef.
Oh, just be honest. It's about crushing chilies, and then there's a crusher.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, so definitely we're going to play with some fire in the kitchen today. I'm going to start off with a chili sauce.
Yes.
This is it's a simple one. It's got a lot of flavor, okay? It's a fresh sauce. There's no preservatives. You're going to make it for the next day, but you're going to have to eat it as fast as you can. You're not going to store this for months in the fridge. So, very simple. I've got some jalapenos, onions, red peppers, and garlic. When you roast garlic in the oven, always keep the skin on. It protects the garlic, and when it's done, take the skin off. So we're going to blend everything, and we're going to make it kind of smooth, but at home you can make it as chunky as you like. I prefer this one being a little smooth. So red onion, jalapenos. Now, jalapenos they got some fire, okay?
That already on its own has its own fire.
Right, and they kind of break the rule, because normally the rule with chilies is the smaller the chili, the more fiery it is. Jalapenos are bigger than you know, if you compare jalapenos to this is completely sweet. There's no heat in this at all. However, jalapenos the same size will completely, let's say it's about 300,000 Scovilles, and that's a unit that you measure heat in. Sometimes they can kind of just like peak a little more, and they can go to like 500, and then you feel it. So just be careful, play around with it. What I like to do at home, and I don't know if you do this as well, sometimes taste your chilies to kind of get an idea of the heat before you actually put it into a sauce.
No, I
Size
do not do
doesn't
that.
count. Size doesn't count.
Oh, but
For sure.
Graham, please come to the kitchen. It's
Listen,
getting...
Graham did tell her, like, you know what? There's no rules in anything today in the kitchen.
He
So
said controversy.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so then we got the base. That's going to be a lot of our flavor, a little bit of the heat, but we're not done with the heat. So let me just pop this over here. We can get into it. A little oregano. Just add a little herbiness to it. A little bit of paprika and cayenne pepper. It's levels. It's levels,
It's gonna
okay?
hit you like in trap of van vergelijking. Like it will be hot, hottest.
You need acid. A little bit of vinegar goes in there. And then brown sugar, because the tomatoes are in there. And sometimes onions also get a little bit of bitterness when you roast them. So you do need that sugar that's going in there. Habanero. We played around with other spices, other chilies, but 2022 is the year of the habanero. we can level up now, okay? It is hot, but...
That alone is already so hot. Can I tell you this? And this is a funny story. Myself and Raul went to Durban and they offered him, you know, just like the livers that they serve with breakfast. And it was a basic smurkie with a bit of spice. The man was looking for water. He was dying. He was sweating. It was just a hot mess. So I can't even imagine if he was here today and he had to even taste that, he'd cry.
He would cry.
He'd cry.
I'm going to talk about that while I add the next ingredient. This is adobo. These are chipotles in adobo sauce. These also have fire, okay? But it's flavor. So think about Raul that's been suffering with the heat challenges in our kitchen. Raul can like attest to this. It's like a muscle. You can train your palate to handle the heat, and you can actually tolerate more and more heat. Yes. So Raul, I mean, he's been doing really well lately.
You need to go back. You need to keep going back. So every time he comes onto the show, I think we should just start his morning off with some chilies, just to be like, next week, we're going to add it up, turn up the heat a bit.
Well, look,
You're looking at me.
Because all I'm thinking about is this heat challenge, and the chili that I used is going to make him look like an Indian.
Oh,
wow. He's going to go red and warm and. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good thing he's off today. It's a good thing he's off today because we don't need any injuries on duty at work.
I'll keep you some, Raul.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Unforgettable.
All right. We're going to give that a blitz. What you do is you do want to taste it because you want to taste the acidity level. Does it have that tartiness in there? Does it have enough sugar in there? Does it have enough salt in there? You're going to play around with it. What I like doing is doing a platter. Actually take a big plate, pour the sauce in the middle, a little bit of olive oil over, serve it with some Dania sausage and garlic bread. So give it a taste. Like I said, definitely you can play around, tweak it a little bit more, but you have a little taste on that. I'm going to very quickly talk through what I've also made on the side. We've made jalapeno poppers.
Go with your hands.
Can I?
All in, yes.
Yeah, absolutely hands. So jalapeno poppers, but instead of just doing the peppers and then battered or in a crumb, we actually wrap the peppers in some boerewors meat.
I'm not going to be able to talk after this.
No, it's not that painful.
It's not. It's actually quite lovely.
Thank you.
Very nice.
And if you want to play around, add more habanero, add more spice to it. But this is a nice, like, this is the hum. This is the warm-up.
Yes.
Before we get into the challenge.
Entry level of...
It's entry level.
Good.
So, okay, like I said, poppers, I'm going to very quickly run you through this. Jalapeno poppers, take the ribs and the seeds out. A lot of the heat comes from that. I would serve the poppers with this dish. Just, again, levels of heat. Then we got some cream cheese, mozzarella. We got some smoked Stanford cheese, chives, and more habaneros. Mix it all together to make a cream cheese filling. Stuff your peppers. Oh, you actually got the cream cheese filling in front of you.
Yes, got it already.
Stuff your peppers. Then grab your sausage meat.
Okay.
And then encase the pepper with the sausage meat. Right, now here's where you can go crazy. You can either wrap it in phyllo pastry, wrap it in, dip it in panko and crumb it. You can deep fry it or you can bake it. What the team did for us this morning is they actually popped it in the oven. And you can see, it's called a jalapeno bomb because it's big. It's big, okay? And also, this is for South Africans because, you know, when you invite people to the braai and then or you go to a braai and you only eat 3 hours later?
Yeah.
No, you serve them that and they'll be fine. Then they can wait 3 hours for the meal. Serve that with the Dania sausage, with the toasted ciabatta, with that chili sauce. Everyone's happy.
Again, this is only the entry level of all the heat you can expect in the kitchen today. If you have any culinary conundrums or have any questions for Chef Clem or Prim, join in on the discussion and send us your voice notes. Again, that WhatsApp line is 063-408-8863. That being said, all of these and all of the recipes can be found on expressoshow.com. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. You're going to get your Just Rewards in just a moment as we're about to introduce you to our performer, one of our performers this morning, and he's incredible. South African guitarist and singer-songwriter Nibs van der Spey has released his first album in 7 years, titled Maiden of the River. The 10-track record was written during lockdown along the Lisbon coast in Portugal, conveys a deep message of hope, of deliverance, and healing in a world that is clearly off balance at the moment and really needs that message. Here is just a taste of what to expect from his upcoming tour and the album.
To awaken all your senses deep within, where the rivers and the mountains they all sing, and the never-ending stars your glory brings, the breath of every soul and living thing. Amen.
I need that every day of my life on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nibs van der Spey. Welcome to it. Thanks for the early start, my brother.
It's good to be here.
Oh, it's good to have you here. Just stepping in and hearing you do your sound check was all I needed today. You've set the tone. I love where you come from. I love the fact that you've been back in the studio after 7 years. How good does it feel creating again, especially during lockdown, during this crazy time? How much did that help you to process what's been going on in the world, in your industry? How did it feel getting back into that creative space?
Well, it was kind of going back to where I came from, the way it started all those years ago when I was a teenager. When I was thinking back to my matric year where I had a songbook of 30 songs.
Wow.
And life got busy for everybody. So with lockdown, it kind of made you reassess what's important to you, going back to your roots. And I've been living in the Lisbon coast for the last 8 years, and during lockdown I used to escape every night with my bicycle, with my guitar and back, and I found refuge at the 17th century chapel and went every night there for 9 months, and 17 songs emerged out of that, kind of like a weird time for everybody.
Very much so, and I think we need that. We need these voices. It feels like the world, yes, it's been crazy, but it's also more polarized than it's ever been before. And I think no one has been unaffected on some level of life after what's happened for us. Being able to express yourself in that way and have those emotional tools, if you will, what has that resulted in? What is this album to you, Maiden of the River? What encapsulates this? Because there seems to be a lot of soul there.
Yeah, I think, you know what, living in Portugal, the Blessed Mother's a really powerful symbol in Portugal, and so I'm referring also to Mother Nature kind of healing us again, inside, inwardly, outwardly, and living on the Lisbon coast, it's got this ancient, beautiful charm to it. I mean, ancient forts, Roman ruins. So it was a beautiful canvas for me just to get back to what was important to me, writing songs, all about the song, you know. So it kind of, everything came effortlessly. The music came effortlessly, the lyrics came effortlessly. So, as I said, 17 songs were written and we just honed it down to 10 for the album.
Which means there's more in the pipeline, which I like. I like the fact that you've had this opportunity. There's some catharsis in that process, and you're not alone. So many artists, even chatting to Adam Duritz, Counting Crows, hasn't written an album in 7 years. Had the opportunity, the space, the breathing room, but there is a need for this as well. There's also a need for us to connect again. You're going on tour, you're connecting with the people. How good does that feel, being able to get that instant response to this beautiful music?
Feels great, and I think we as artists have got kind of a responsibility to, sometimes we are a conduit for something greater, you know, and
completely.
I really feel that, like, lyrically and musically, music can heal. It comes from the right source, you know, so it feels good to be on the road again. It feels wonderful, and I love to see the smiles on all the faces every night, and yeah, feel like you're doing something right, you know?
Well, you're going to reach a lot of people this morning. I'm so glad we've got you back in South Africa for a time. I know you're part of a global village now, but it does feel like the world is in that space at the moment. We're more connected than we've ever been before, so thank you for helping us to do that through your beautiful music.
Well, thank you for the platform here for us to come and share our voice, you know.
Oh, buddy, you have an open invitation every day of the week. You are in for a treat this morning. We're going to set a beautiful tone. Nibs is not going anywhere. In fact, right now, it's a time to continue connecting with those friends that we value so much.
Because friendship is the name of the game. It is the name of the game. It's the theme of the day, the theme of the season, in fact, the theme of life. And listen, it's that time of the morning. We're grabbing our coffees now. And if your coffee is hot and you're in the mood to take stock of where you are in life, you know, who you are, who you're becoming, who you want to become, what you want, then join us for another round of moments, memories, and more. And today, you know, we're getting personal. We're getting personal, we're getting honest with ourselves. We're checking how we measure as friends in other people's lives. And I got my friends here, G Doggy and Jamie Lee Domberg. Okay, guys. That's the conversation. We're being honest with ourselves, how we show up to other people as friends in that way. Graham, you got lots of friends, and you care, I think, very much about that relationship and how it's nurtured between friends.
Oh, man, my friends are my family. Yeah. They really have been, especially, and the guy friends have kind of been the guys in my family. Yeah. We've been brothers to each other, fathers to each other. I cannot tell you how much I value my friends and how much I've had to lean on them over the last couple of years, man.
Now, maybe complete this sentence. I'll start with you, Jamie Lee. If my friends could describe me in 3 words, they would say that I am...
Loyal,
trustworthy,
and a good listener. I think,
that's good.
Yes,
and that's true.
Very good. That's what you want. And you
I like to think...
I'm hoping to think that is what they think about me, but
no, I ticked every one of those boxes as you said it. If I am actually your friend, I called you my friend. No, you definitely are that person. You're a wonderful sounding board. I love the fact that I can talk to you about anything, and you'll give me this, like, you just know, I think because you know us so well, you're just an awesome person to lean on and talk to. I love that.
And you show up with a kindness and a lightness. And
compassion.
Paying them, please.
That's the energy you bring into our space, man. We absolutely love it.
And for you, G? If my friends could describe me in 3 words, they would say that I am...
Unconventional would definitely be one of them. And I think they do appreciate the fact that I bring that to our group dynamic. Emotional. I think I've always been the one to keep us all in touch with our emotions.
You'll be the first to cry at any given moment.
Yeah, no, guaranteed. And that's only gotten more. And I think loyalty is one of the pillars I live my life by. Loyalty above all else, to be quite honest. And that's what I get from them. I think I've learned so many of the values from themselves. They've been amazing
And again,
mentors.
we can attest to that. Very emotional, which we love. And you show us that vulnerable side to you, but you are loyal. You are such a good person. So we really love you as well.
Oh, man. I mean, this is beautiful. I could do this every morning. Okay, we can't all be perfect, right? Because we do sometimes get it wrong. Sometimes we misstep a little bit. What is that one thing that you know for sure, you know, that you could work on to become a better friend?
Ooh, check in more. For me, it's just like, you know, our lives are busy. And I think it's everybody. We all have a busy life. And I sometimes forget to check in on my friends. But I know when they do call, I will be there. But I wish I had more time to be present with them and be like, are you okay? How are you doing? You know, just really be there for them.
Oh, completely. You know, life is about seasons. And we have seasons where you're the one that gets lent on, or times where you have to lean on. And I think I am a bit of an unpredictable quotient for my friends a lot of the time. They don't quite know where I am and where I'm at, so I think staying connected is a big thing. And I feel like I'm remiss over the last few years because I've been so withdrawn and in my own kind of bubble, and comes with the baby and lockdown and all these crazy things that have happened. But I really do feel like I could make a lot more effort and put a lot more focus on staying connected and seeing how they're doing.
So that's it. It's the effort. Guys, we all bring something to the table. I bring coffee and rusks. But you guys, there are certain other qualities that you guys bring to the table in your friendships. What's the one thing when you go, Jamie Lee, one thing about me is I will bring this thing to the table? What is it, that quality?
It goes back to what I was just sharing with Graham as well. It's just, I think I'm a good listener when I am present and when I am in the moment and when I do have time, you know, when there's not 20 things pulling me at once and I'm actually just there for my friend, I will show up for them. You can call me at 3 o'clock in the morning. I won't answer your phone call, but But when I do answer the phone call, I will be there and I'll be present and I'll always have your back.
Don't call that shit.
Don't call me. I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping, guys. My phone is on silent.
We're probably all sleeping, yeah.
I will show up.
No, for sure,
And G, for you, I mean...
Yeah, I think it's a difference in perspective. I think I've always looked at life in a completely different way, and I think a lot of them have lent on that at different times of their lives when they've needed to see things in a different perspective.
Yeah.
So, and I like to think that I bring that dynamic, and hopefully I've influenced them to look at the world and look at South Africa in a different way. So I think that when they want to spice things up a little bit and see life through an unconventional window, then they'll look through my lens.
And cry.
And cry. And probably make them cry in the process as well. Guys, this is really beautiful. I do love that we're able to sometimes take a step back and reflect on how we really have presented ourselves to our friendships and what we are doing, what we are adding to make sure that we nurture them, that we build them, that we add color to our friendships. Because friendship is the name of the game.
Yes,
something I always say. Okay, now, over to you at home. Tell us, what are the 3 most important factors in a friendship for you? We all have those 3 things, or maybe more things, but tell us 3, okay? Share your answers with us on Expresso Facebook or Twitter page. Remember to use the hashtag #MoreThanARusk. Hashtag #MoreThanARusk in your entry. The best entry will win 2,000 Rand in cold, hard cash this winter, plus a delicious Oma Rusk hamper. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Good luck. Here's to friendship, guys.
Yes, right.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Okay.
Eye contact.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
There's more in every dip with Oma.
What do you want to play?
The people we love are the ones that need us most. They'll always need a place to call home and opportunities to build their future.
Daddy, come.
That's why I took out life insurance from Old Mutual, so he'll always get what he needs, even if I'm not there.
Get 5 million Rand life insurance for only 509 Rand per month. Speak to your advisor and help your family get ahead of life.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's all about spicing things up, and we are bringing the heat right now to Johannesburg.
Yep, we are loving the fact that we're connecting with the 5FM team. Someone is going to have egg on their face in just a moment.
Thank you so much, G and Jamie. Molweni nonke Mzansi, the day has finally arrived where we get to put to rest the biggest feud that Mzansi has ever had to witness between 5FM radio presenters Dan Corder and Thabo Baloyi. Apparently, it's got something to do with red roads that Dan saw Etswana in a recent visit, but Thabo's pretty sure that Dan is 100% wrong, that there is no such thing. So whoever is wrong gets to deliver an elaborate apology on live radio and television. And since 5FM listeners agree that Expresso Morning Show is the biggest national television platform in Mzansi, okay, we have decided to pay them a visit this morning. Good morning!
This is terrible. Hi, Culinary from Expresso. We're live on S3 right now and on the radio. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you doing, Dad?
I am humiliated. You know, I've been in this industry for like 10 years, and this is what I'm getting paid to do, and I'm going to have to go to HR after this.
I absolutely love it. And listen, Thabo is living his best life. I need you guys to take it back for us a bit. Where did this feud between the two of you start?
So, sorry, Culinary, you're going to have to move because I'm in a massive cheese costume. So basically,
you started this.
Thabo, you've only just started working here. Be very, very, very careful. So what happened was the one morning I mentioned that there were these red roads in Pretoria because we had gone to Tux, to University of Pretoria to watch a rugby match. And Thabo said, Dan, I'm from Pretoria, born and bred, there are no red roads. And I said, Thabo, there are red roads. They're on the N1. I know exactly where they are. And then all these people, all these members of the Five Nation were like, Dan, were you on something? Because we've driven those roads every day all the time. You know, you're at a rugby match, you know what happens at a rugby match? And I said, no, they're these red roads. And then one of our listeners said, you should find the biggest non-radio platform that you can and make whoever loses. So if they're red roads, Thabo, if they're no red roads, me, apologize on national radio and national something else. And then a listener of our show said, you should apologize on Expresso.
Absolutely.
So I thought that's an amazing idea. I went to Pretoria yesterday to find the red roads. And can I tell you what happened?
Please tell me.
I found them. So then why am I in a suit?
Are you serious? Okay, now you're confusing us, Dan.
So, then I got back to 5, and I showed everyone the videos, and they're like, Dan, those aren't red, are you cooked? Turns out I was wearing dark sunglasses the whole time. It dropped the resolution, and so I was seeing red-pink roads, and then when I got back, it was like a musty brown at best. So they weren't black, but they were not red roads, and now I'm in this cheese suit. Look at my magnificent shoes.
Have you apologized to Thabo?
No, it's
Has he?
No.
Not yet. I'm still waiting for that apology.
Okay. Before we get to it, Thabo, please tell us why you were so sure that he was wrong, absolutely wrong.
Because I'm from Pretoria, and you know, Dan is a proud Cape Townian. I'm a proud Pretoриan, and I took it very personally when he said there were red roads when I knew there weren't, and this has had like a negative impact on our
your life.
Yes, and also on our newly established working relationship.
Well, it's very over that working relationship.
So you know what? For the sake of like the Five Nations, 5FM, and humanity, we had to put this matter to rest.
Okay.
Finally.
Okay.
No red roads.
So, we have come to a consensus that there are, indeed, no red roads in Pretoria. And Dan, the time has finally arrived, okay? You are in your cheese costume, looking dapper, by the way, to apologize to Thabo sincerely and elaborately on live radio and television. Let's go!
Okay. I'm not going to look at Thabo because I can't handle that kind of humiliation. I'm going to look straight to camera, straight to South Africa. South Africa, I am so sorry. For the last few weeks, I have wasted your time. I've perpetuated fake news. I've been an irresponsible and shameful broadcaster. I expect the necessary repercussions from the high-ups of the SABC to rain down upon me for this transgression of my responsibility as a journalist and a purveyor of truth. Shut up, Thabo. I am so sorry for what I have done to every single one of you. And that is why I am the cheese boy today.
I can hear the hallelujah chorus.
Thabo!
Amen!
Remove him from this studio.
Not yet. Thabo, do you accept his apology?
You know what, for the sake of Five Nation.
Yes.
Absolutely. Apology accepted. Nothing but love here.
Nothing but love here.
It's like the TLC.
Listen, I am so happy that we have put the feud to rest. I'm not going to lie, it was a bit intense walking in here earlier on because the past few weeks have been hectic between the two of you. How are you feeling about your apology? Does it come from the heart? Is it sincere?
I've already blocked it out. Quickly, can I tell you, I'm the eldest of 5 children in a 7-person family. The apologies rain down like water from heaven, and we don't mean any of them.
So it's not a real apology. I feel like you'll have to do it again. It has to be sincere.
You might have to do it again.
Maybe a little later on, just to solidify it, right?
Yes.
No, Banyana's coming later. I'm not wearing this in front of Desiree Ellis. Imagine me with the Women's AFCON trophy. Appalling, appalling.
In a cheese costume. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for starting the morning with us here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let us know what you feel, or how you feel rather, about Dan's apology to Thabo, because he says he saw red roads in Tshwane and there's absolutely no such a thing. Make sure to keep it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because the festivities continue here in the 5FM studio with the breakfast team, and shortly we will be chatting to Africa's champions. I am talking about Banyana Banyana. You do not want to miss out.
And to the 5 Nation, karaoke is next. Here's Swedish House Mafia while I take off this suit.
Dan, I mean, I'm from Hammanskraal. It's a part of Pretoria. It's too late to apologize, Miss Scott. You're going to have to stay in that cheesy costume all morning long, but more with the team at 5FM. Right now, though, we are journeying from 5FM all across the globe with tested rices of the world, creating the most exquisite dishes in the comfort of your own home. We love that. And our final destination, you're going to love this one. It's India. Yes, we're going to be creating a dish fit for the royals. Basmati is known as, you know, the prince of rices, and without a doubt, we know why. And with its authentic taste, this pilau rice will make for the perfect side to any of your family's favorite sauces. We've already made one earlier on the show this morning. Those meat mains, those vegetarian dishes, it's going to be oh so yummy. And the Lazy Makoti is here to show us her take on this classic, my favorite, Mugao, Lazy Makoti. This is really fantastic. India.
Yes.
You see flavor and richness and dynamism. That's India, right?
Yeah, today, so we're packing a punch.
Yeah.
Beautiful, vibrant color, lots of flavor. And we're going straight to India.
We are going to India. Bing, diggy, 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 ding,
Yeah.
diggy, diggy, ding, dang, dang, dang. Okay, let's go.
So as you can see, I'm going to start by flavoring my water.
Dance.
In with that turmeric, that's going to give us that beautiful color.
So you're just adding it to water?
Adding it to water, some salt, cardamom, cinnamon, just to flavor that water. And then then in with my tastic basmati rice. I just rinse this, and then in it goes, and you just allow it to cook. It's as easy as that.
Okay, we're off to a good start. We know that tastic basmati is grown in the foothills of the Himalayas. I mean, it's something to brag about when you are serving that, right? The grains are watered by drifts of melting snow, which is the secret to tastic basmati's exquisite, delicate texture, because that's the one thing about it. That texture, the flavor, the aroma that does pull through when it does. And this rice actually makes for a royal accompaniment to any, you know, spicy curry. So if you're going to be making a nice curry, a nice biryani, a wakni, a dal, pilau, or even those sweet puddings, the basmati rice certainly does come to the party in that regard. And if you want this recipe, we've made it easy for you. Go on to expressoshow.com. Cook along with us. Create a dish fit for kings and queens.
Yeah. So now I've just heated up some oil, melted some butter. As you know, butter does turn to burn very quickly. So I added some oil as well. And then now I'm frying my onions. You want to do more than just make them translucent.
Okay.
So really just take the time to let those onions cook until they're nice and caramelized. You want all that flavor to finally join that rice. It's going to be so delicious.
You're loving your onions. You are giving them the love. Running, what's that thing called that you are using? Whatever that...
Spatula.
The spatula. You are doing the things with the spatula.
So while your rice is cooking, you do have a bit of time to then work on your onions. Just allow them to cook nice and brown and with so much flavor.
Meanwhile, your neighbors are all now suddenly getting ready to come to your house. They can smell the aromas coming through. Yeah, even people you haven't seen for a long time. That neighbor that you're wondering, do they still live here? They're going to be smelling this from 3 blocks away. Going to be hearing, hi, long time, just checking on you. This is really fantastic. I love that.
It is, and I love that it's so easy to make. I usually make a big batch of this, and then I'm sorted for the next day as well.
Yeah, did you get what I did there? It is fantastic. I love that. Okay, go on to expressoshow.com. This one is a beautiful one. On there you will find a list of all of the ingredients. We are celebrating India in this way. Of course, today being themed spices, even for our culinary hotline bling, couldn't think of a better day to do this. Fantastic has come to the party. Lazy Makoti, there it is.
Yes.
And now we serve.
So I just wanted to show you that it's cooked, it's beautiful, vibrant color. I mean, I'm so in love with this color.
Yeah.
And the grains are still separate and fluffy and beautiful, which is what you want.
Fantastic. Fluffy and perfect every time. I love it. Okay, listen up. Here's your chance. You can win big with Where To Tonight. Hashtag Where To Tonight with Tastic by Tastic Rice. It's fantastic. Stand the chance to win one of 2 Tastic Rices of the world's. Every week we give those hampers valued at 5,000 Rand. Simply head on over to our Expresso Facebook, Twitter or our Instagram and tell us which rices of the world are you yet to taste. Let us know. Let us in on your experience. Don't forget to include the hashtag Where To Tonight with Tastic. The T's and C's, you can find them on expressoshow.com. I can't wait to get involved with this rice. Thank you.
Yes.
Lazy Makoti.
Thank you.
All I am is just a grain of rice, right? No, I am the spirit of Ubuntu, wherever needed. I am more than just rice. I am Tastic.
Take lashes higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara. The curved brush volumizes and lifts lashes vertically for a wide-eyed lash look. Hemp seed oil conditions for healthy-looking lashes. Go higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for tuning in. I did promise you your Just Rewards. They're coming to you right now. We've got talented guitarist, singer, songwriter Nibs van der Spey in the Expresso studio this morning. And he has spoken about going back to his roots with his 10-track album, Maiden of the River. And this takes me back to the music that inspired my love of the arts completely. You're about to get a taste of something that is going to be transportative, I think, but also healing, and a message that we need in the world right now. This is Let Your Light Shine In. Take it away.
To awaken all those senses deep within, where the rivers and the mountains they all sing, and the never-ending stars your glory brings. the breath of every soul and living thing. Amen. The migration of the swallows flying north reminds me of a love that I once lost. Will the fountain of the sorrow someday fade? I didn't know the joy of love can bring you pain. Amen. The church bells in the valley ringing loud, they echo through these hills of hallowed ground, where a maiden stands in waiting all alone, to be a fruitful vine inside a home. Amen. Let your light shine in. Amen. At the ocean of my heart and of my soul is where I made a promise long ago, to take this cross upon me and leave behind the ashes of the years that made me blind. Amen. Returning to the places of our youth, for the lessons that we learned, we searched for truth. In the decades that have passed, this oak has grown, where we seal the kiss of faith and seeds were sown. Amen. So fragile in the twilight of our home, I can hear my mother praying on her own, for her children and a shelter from the storm, and to shine that holy light along the road. Amen. Let your light shine in. Amen. Let your light shine in.
Oh, man, maiden of the river, indeed. I can feel that river washing over me. What you do with that guitar is otherworldly, my brother. That is beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you can let us know what you thought of that performance, and while you do it, download that album right now on digital platforms. Immerse yourself. He's not going anywhere. Nibs is going to perform another 2 times just for us this morning. An incredible honor. Thank you so much, my friend. That was exquisite. What a way to see out the first hour of the show. We enter the second hour, getting back into those official duties with the news headlines.
That being said, 2 minutes before 7 o'clock, time to delve in one more time to those news headlines. Starting on the national front, Professor Chilli Marwala of the University of Johannesburg, UJ, is moving to Japan to become rector of the UN University. Now, the chair of the UJ Council, Mike Teke, said Marwala, the university's vice-chancellor, will stay on at UJ for the next 8 months to ensure a smooth transition. The UN University is a global think tank with 13 institutes in 12 countries supporting efforts to resolve global challenges of concern to the United Nations. Marwala will be the first African to assume this role at the Tokyo-based university. Then staying on the local front, the Pretoria High Court has dismissed an urgent application by Prince Mbonisi Zulu to halt the coronation of King Misuzulu Kazwelithini as the new AmaZulu monarch. Prince Mbonisi, brother of the late King Goodwill Zwelithini, filed the application with 13 other members of the Zulu royal family to oppose Misuzulu being king. The urgent application was pending a review application challenging the decision by President Cyril Ramaphosa to recognize Misuzulu as king. Now, Judge Noluntu Bam struck the matter off with roll with costs. Then looking to news on the international front, Russia says it will withdraw from the International Space Station after 2024 and build its own station. The new head of Russia's space agency, Yuri Borisov, said they'd honor all the obligations until then. The US and Russia, along with other partners, have successfully worked together on the space station since 1998. However, relations have soured since Russia invaded Ukraine and Russia previously threatened to quit the project because of Western sanctions. The US agency has not yet been officially informed of Russia's plans. Then staying on the international front, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has arrived in Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa, which is also the seat of the African Union headquarters, on the last leg of his African tour. Now, his visit aims to strengthen Moscow's ties with the continent, where many countries have been reluctant to take sides and condemn Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. Preparations for the upcoming Africa-Russia summit, scheduled to take place in Addis Ababa later this year, are on Lavrov's agenda as well. Then finally, British rock legends Queen have made UK chart history by becoming the first act to ever reach 7 million UK chart sales of an album, Queen's Greatest Hits. Now, this achievement was confirmed by the official charts company. The official best-selling album of all time in the UK, the record includes such classic tracks as We Will Rock You, Don't Stop Me Now, and the group's top-selling behemoth Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, back in 2014, Queen's Greatest Hits became the first album to ever surpass 6 million sales in the UK, and as pure sales, physical and digital download copies of the collection continue to increase, the group's back catalogue proves enduringly popular in the modern streaming age. Greatest Hits has accumulated an incredible 1.26 billion total UK streams to date, with the album's most streamed track being Bohemian Rhapsody, which boasts 240 million UK streams and counting. Now, the record also recently celebrated its 1,000th week on the official albums chart, with Queen becoming the first ever British act to achieve this landmark milestone. We can't wait to hear more of the music. But that being said, that is where I leave your 7 o'clock news headlines. It's time to have another look at the sports. Here's Graham.
On to the Queens of Africa, Women's African Cup of Nations champions Banyana Banyana, of course, touched down at OR Tambo International Airport to a hero's welcome yesterday morning. Banyana, of course, beating hosts Morocco 2-1 in that final on Saturday to become the first team to win all 6 games in the tournament. In addition to the rapturous welcome, the Sports Ministry announced a 5.8 million rand injection on top of the 9.2 million that was initially promised by SAFA. That takes the total amount given to the team to 15 million rand for their achievements, and utterly deserved. That equates to around 570,000 rand for each player. And staying with footballing news, a little further afield as we focus on the latest transfer news, Aaron Ramsey, will leave Juventus after they terminated the former Arsenal midfielder's contract by mutual agreement. The 31-year-old joined Juve on a free transfer back in July of 2019 and was sent on loan to Scottish side Rangers last January after making just 5 appearances for the club last season. And elsewhere, PSG, they've signed the versatile French defender Nordi Mukile on a 5-year contract from RB Leipzig. No financial details were given, but media reported the signing to be worth around 16 million euros, including some add-ons. They're not the best news on the cricketing front, and certainly tragic news from Marizanne Kapp's perspective. She has been ruled out of the Commonwealth Games after cutting short her participation in the Tour of England for family reasons. The very much in form all-rounder returned home before the first of those 3 T20s against England last Thursday after her brother-in-law suffered a serious injury in an accident that left him in intensive care. We're certainly sending all of our love and prayers to her family right now. Coach Hilton Moraine confirmed that she would not return return to England for the games, which of course are set to kick off tomorrow in Birmingham. South Africa are in a tough group, Group B, alongside England, New Zealand and Sri Lanka. So we could have used her services there. Then on to cycling, and lots to be excited about as Cecily Uttrup-Ludwig won the third stage of the inaugural Tour de France Femme, while Marianne Vos finished second and retained that yellow jersey in the process. The 26-year-old finishing 2 seconds ahead of the Dutch rider. Ludwig managed to pull away from a 6-strong breakaway coming into that finish line after the 133.6-kilometre ride from Reims to Epernay. Then South Africa's Ashley Moolman-Pasio is having the ride of her life. She finished the stage in 3rd place, now currently 5th in the general classification. We certainly are going to try to track her down over this week to catch up with her, but do stay tuned. A little bit later this morning, Kutle is going to be sitting down with Banyana Banyana in the 5FM studios to catch up on their incredible African triumph. But right now, let's see how the competition out on the roads is looking. Tubbs has got the latest on the traffic front.
Thank you very much, Graham. Yes, we take a look at your traffic, the action on the roads this morning. Starting off out in Gauteng, Roodepoort, there is a stationary vehicle out there. It's on the N1 southbound at Gordon Road. And the left lane is currently obstructed, but please note the traffic is free-flowing at the moment, but take it easy as you head out. At the Western Cape, Gordons Bay on the N2 outbound, there is protest action out there. That's before the Sir Lowry's Pass Road, and the ramp lane is currently closed, so please make use of an alternative route this morning. If you're out in KwaZulu-Natal, Hilton on the N3 eastbound, there is congestion over there. That's from Hilton Avenue, and it's due to a stationary vehicle. So keep a lookout for this and allow for extra travel time. Well, no matter what it's looking like on your roads, your part of the world, your part of the country, please make sure that you take it easy this morning. Up next, your weather. Now, parts of China are set to experience searing temperatures over the next 10 days as a heat wave takes hold. In some provinces, authorities are predicting levels to rise to at least 40 degrees, and the national government has warned that forest fires could occur. Mercury levels will start spiking on Saturday, big heat day on the traditional Chinese calendar. And in Zhenjiang in the southeast, some cities are issuing red alerts at the highest warning. The province normally experiences temperatures in the high 20s in July, but this year local authorities are warning of 40 degrees Celsius in the next 24 hours. It's hot. And this month, Shanghai's temperature, their temperature over there has reached a sweltering 40.9 degrees, equaling its hottest day since records began in 1873. The city had to issue its 3rd extreme heat warning for the summer, and heat waves in China have become more frequent globally, more intense we're seeing as well, and they do certainly last longer because of human-induced climate change. Oh, man, that's devastating news over there. But from heat waves to sunrise views, and those should hopefully put a smile on your face. From 7 o'clock update, we got this one sent in by Sherry Ludick out in Kimberley. Look at that beautiful pink horizon. It's blending so beautifully in with the clear blue sky this morning, creating a piece of art. I mean, honestly, take a look at that. And then we had this orange sky with some trees in the distance. This one was sent in by Elise de Beer, who's out in Centurion, Gauteng, without red roads, and giving us a safari feel. Take a look at that. Emil Jones also came through, taking a picture, giving us this stunning shot, okay? You see the sun peeking through the naked branches. It's all beautiful. It's coming through nicely. Then we had this beautiful video. Oh, look at that. Sent in by one of our regulars, Diane van der Hoven, showcasing the clear skies this morning with a blanket of snow covering the grass out in Howick, KZN. It's probably cold, but it's such a nice view you're sharing with us. Thank you so much for showing off the season of winter in your part of the country. We want to see your sunrise pictures, so send them to us, 063-408-8863. We want to see how you start your morning. And now we take a look at your temperatures. Polokwane, your low today is 7. You will reach a high of 23. If you find yourself out in Mbombela today, sunny times for you. 11 is your minimum. Your maximum is 29 degrees. Pretoria, the capital city, 10 minimum and a maximum of 23. With Johannesburg coming in with cloud and thunder. Expect low of 8 and highs of 20. Rain and thunder thunder out in Mahikeng as well. 10 is your minimum. Your maximum is 24 degrees. And you can expect low of 8 and highs of 20 out in Klerksdorp. Kimberley, 10 and 23, with Bloemfontein coming in at a low of 6, reaching a maximum of 20. Richards Bay, some sun and clouds out there for you. 16, your low, reaching a high of 26, with Pietermaritzburg at 10 and 24. Sun and clouds for Durban, 16 as your low. You will reach highs of 23 today. Mthatha, 8 and 21. East London, 13 and 21, with Craddock at 5 minimum, reaching a maximum of 19. Gqeberha, GQ, 11 and 18, with sun and clouds for George today. 8 as your low. You will reach highs of 16. The mother city, Cape Town, comes in at a low of 9 and will peak at 19 degrees today. Booster at 7 and 21. Sutherland, sunny times for you, 2 and 15. Lost, certainly never, ever, ever least. Uppington, sunny times for you, 8 is your low. Your highs are 24 today. Listen, it's a Tuesday. You're going to choose to make it a feel-good type of what? Of day.
If it's not hot in your parts of the country...
Look, Uppington normally is the hottest place, but this might be hotter than Uppington in the
Yeah.
middle of summer, actually.
It's about to turn up a whole other level in the kitchen right now. We are about to do a curry heat challenge with chilies. Chef Clem, Chef Primready, is standing by to show us exactly how we're going to elevate our taste buds. And we're sweating already.
Yeah, there's 2 spoons next to every bowl of chili, and we're not entirely sure who's going to be doing the tasting. I don't know if it's going to be like a game of roulette, but there will be sweat, there will be heat, and the Culinary hotline will reopen in just a moment. Stick around.
Nourish your skin with Ingram's for Men, enriched with triple glycerine for 48-hour moisture and no stickiness. New look Ingram's. Your skin, your brave.
Introducing new Ingram's hemp oil range to nourish dry skin.
You're a dream coming true.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, you heard the sound. It's time for another Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting! morning.
Good to hear everyone is still with us. Now, this morning we are exploring Chile and cooking up some delicious curries with Chef Clem and our special guest, Prim Reddy. Now, if you have any questions for Chef Clem and Prim, please do join in on the discussion and send us your voice notes. We want to hear from you. That WhatsApp line is 063-408-8863. That being said, we already have one that came through from Jocelyn. Let's take a listen to it. Jocelyn?
Jocelyn, are you there?
Are you there? We'll try again later. Okay, so the two of you, the time has come. I'm already sweating. We're nervous. We didn't know who's taking the challenge, but apparently...
It's you and I.
Ready?
It's you and I.
You have prepared.
So we actually had the conversation during the ad break. So Prim, I mean, if you don't know, Prim and Graham used to work on SBC3 together back in the day.
Yes, I think I just saved him now.
Yes, so what Jamie and I are going to do is we're going to be your guests, and you're going to host, you're going to lead.
Fabulous.
And talk us through what's happening.
Okay, can I just do something first?
Yes.
Ching, ching, ching.
Yes!
Come on!
Okay, so these dishes are not South African Indian. They are from the Indian subcontinent. So we have the korma, and we have the butter chicken, and the madras, and then we have the kalapuri. So today, since both of you are non-Caucasian, I'm going to make you look Caucasian.
All right.
Because after you have the last dish, all the color's going to drain from your face. And you're going to be white, completely white. But anyway, we'll get there, we'll get there. So this is the korma. The korma has a cashew nut base. There's virtually no chili in there. And just to get you ready, I want you guys to have a taste of
I have to go to Home Affairs after the show. And you have to stand in lines at Home Affairs.
And you have to fill in a form.
You have to fill in a form. And
what race are you?
What are you going to say then?
Can I just
I'm a what?
I also feel like the kitchen team hates us because why would they give us water? You never...
Sabotage.
You never have spicy things with water. You always have it with milk or like yogurt. But anyway,
because the fire extinguisher's there.
Fire extinguisher's there. Okay, Jamie, you go first.
Okay, I'll go in.
Korma, and I like the fact you said it's coconut, so we can maybe, you said cashew.
Cashew.
So we can maybe come back to this and use this as our fire extinguisher.
That's good. I could eat this the entire day.
So there's a nice
yummy
sweetness that comes through from the onion. Yeah.
I love this. Can we just end there? I feel like I should have this taste, flavor profile
Darling,
in my mouth in
now we're on the runway before liftoff.
Okay.
Okay, that's the butter chicken. Okay. So that's the chicken makhani. That is a medium. I would say mild to medium, but it's absolutely delicious. Also, that's not going to kill you, I promise. It's got its lovely cashew nut base as well, but with tomato and onion.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm looking at the last dish already.
Okay. Okay, Jamie, you go first.
For the last one, you're going first, my friend.
I will do that.
Because I still have to talk, and you know what's going to happen if my mouth burns?
I'm going to butter the chicken.
That's beautiful. This is probably one of the most popular dishes at the restaurant. It's lovely. It's really, really lovely.
I love this. Yeah, I'll take this home. These two, this is fine. I can handle this. It's just, on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe like a 4. This is like a 3 even. Entry level, yeah.
I'm not going to be cocky. It's fine. I'm not going to say...
What do you think
I kind of find it like a 2.
Ooh,
okay.
That's what I don't want to say it now, and then I'll start crying on national TV. So...
And you will cry, eh?
I will cry. I'm not afraid of crying. Okay, here we go.
Can we actually just look at this color right now? Ooh, you guys have medical aid. That's why you show off like this. Me, I am going to stay away from that. Here we go.
This is the madras. That's my favorite dish at the restaurant. It's a South Indian dish. Black mustard seeds, cumin seeds, garlic, curry leaves, coconut. Really, really gorgeous. So what makes our curries hot and what takes it from zero to hero is just bird's eye chili, crushed bird's eye chili.
Okay.
So jalapeno that's like a Worcester chili.
It is. You're compared to...
Because the bird's eye is going to almost push... It's going to kick you... You're going to go to Durban today. But you'll still be here. Okay,
Jocelyn, do you want to phone? Jocelyn, would you like to call us now, Jocelyn?
Anybody just call in right now and say, you know, help me, help
me. This is warm. It's warm but lovely.
Okay. Why are you laughing? I don't trust you.
I'm so excited that I'm introducing a part of Indian chapter to you today.
Yes, I love it.
You're excited about it, but it's just that smirk that you have. I'm worried. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm going in. Ooh.
And is there chicken in here as well, Prim?
Yes.
Okay,
I've done chicken, just in case you guys are chicken. trying the last one. From trying the last one.
In terms of heat for this one, I would say it's definitely up there with like a 6. 6, I can feel that tingling sensation. I don't want to cry just yet, but it's hitting me at the back of the throat.
Is it tingling? Really?
It's tingling.
As soon as it gets into your mouth, it kind of feels, oh, it's not going to be that bad. And then,
you breathe.
Then it gets comfortable in your mouth, and you start breathing. And yeah, okay.
I think we should come with a side note. Don't breathe.
Your breath.
Don't breathe anytime when you're having this curry, but it's good.
That's delicious.
Again, it's yummy.
That's
it
delicious.
hits you off with that flavor once the tingling sensation calms down. Then you also taste all the flavors.
Absolutely.
What did you say? What was the base of this?
It's tomato and onion, and then black mustard seeds and cumin and coconut.
Nice.
It's gorgeous. And this is that's one of the mildest of the hot dishes. But we can make it mild.
Okay.
But that one there, unfortunately, I cannot make. We can't make it mild.
Okay, so in terms of...
oh, sorry, we have to go to an ad break.
Yeah. Sorry. That's all the time we have for today, everybody. Wait, I actually want to take off my shoes for this one.
Okay. Cameraman Pete's standing right next to the fire extinguisher. He's pulled the pin. We are ready. You want me to go first for this one?
Yes.
And again, we're gonna go chicken. I'll go with a piece of chicken.
Then you have to chew it also.
Fine.
It's fine. He will live.
Look at the color.
Just watch his complexion.
The heat comes through.
Yes.
First.
But you're living.
But the flavor is there.
No, it's a beautiful flavor.
And it's building. It's building. It's building.
Build, baby, build.
You know what I like? It's not just fire. It's not just heat. There's so much flavor. So much flavor.
So why do I have to explain that? That's exactly what I was going to say, Mzansi. Like, that's exactly the flavor profiles.
You can do this. You can do this, darling.
I'm not going to take the chicken because there's no need for me to chew still. Let me just get some of the...
You're not going for chicken, but you're going to try the chicken.
I will do it later if I survive this. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
I'm waiting for it. It's good.
I'm proud of you.
Right?
Actually,
okay.
I can actually handle this heat. It's not.
It's also.
overpowering,
Can you feel it? Yeah.
It hits you yeah. But as you breathe again, do not breathe after this because now as I'm talking, it's hitting.
It's rolling up. Oh, but that's delicious.
It's so good.
That definitely is right up there with a nice.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like any hotter than that, and it'll take away from the beautiful flavor and complexity of the curry. That's delicious. That's delicious.
I'm so happy you enjoyed
can't talk. You guys need to continue.
I'm so happy that you enjoyed it, but I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't knock the socks off you for the heat. But the beauty of it is that's the beauty of Indian food is that there's so many flavors that come through, and you don't need chili.
You don't,
create something amazing, and then you can have chili, and you can still create something amazing.
I like you talking to me and acknowledging me right now because you don't want to. Jamie's out. Jamie's out. Jamie's out.
I think I need to go on a vacation after this. Boys, please.
Do you have
do we have a tissue? Do we have a tissue? Something.
I didn't even taste the curry. I didn't even smell it. My nose is running and my head is sweating. I've got respect, girl. I've got respect. I love it. So she does need a little vacay from all the heat, and maybe you need a vacation. It simply means a breakaway. And in South Africa, we are so blessed to have all your holiday needs and so much more.
The thing is, they're all located in the heart of Melrose Arch. Can you believe it? It's the perfect hotel. Yeah, you're going to find it there. If you're looking for a dream vacation, you're going to find it there. It's the African Pride Melrose Arch Autograph Collection, where all of my vacation dreams came to life over a day. Check this out.
A little bit jealous.
Right in the heart of Melrose Arch is the African Pride Melrose Arch Hotel by the Autograph Collection. It is the perfect hotel for travelers who like to collect hotels the way that foodies collect restaurants. The Autograph Collection is a collection of hotels that are very unique. Each hotel is handpicked for a reason. Each hotel is honored for their individuality with a unique number to commemorate the order in which it joined the collection. The African Pride Melrose Arch Autograph Collection is number 153 in the collection, and there are 153 reasons to fall in love with this masterpiece. When I was was walking through the African Pride Melrose Arch autograph collection, the artwork was exceptional. Their collaborations with the Melrose Gallery, housing works from some of South Africa's most respected and up-and-coming artists, where every month a new artist or their work gets displayed in various areas in the hotel. That's what I call contributing to the feel of contemporary Johannesburg. Forget those who like their standard breakfast, then you totally do get me. But listen to this incredible deal. For 395 Rand on a Sunday, it is bottomless, bubbly brunch. I mean, come on, it seems like the African Pride Melrose Arch Hotel is out to win my heart. And judging by the looks of this delicious breakfast, they are to win your heart too. Okay, let's be honest. I mean, I am no Picasso, but I thought with our jamming happening just, 2 minutes away from the African Pride Melrose Arch by Marriott, I thought, well, take the chance. Come and have some artful expressions, if you like. All right, it's time to freshen up before I carry on with my day. But before we do that, can we have a moment for the exquisiteness of this room? I mean, everything about it just makes so much sense. And oh, look at that. They've added a nice yellow duck. Maybe a reward for my efforts at the art jam? I think so. You've got to tell me the secret here, Amy. What is it about the African Pride Melrose Arch Hotel that truly creates for such an unforgettable, wholesome experience for all of your guests?
The African Pride Melrose Arch Hotel is part of the Autograph Collection brand within the Marriott International portfolio. So at the African Pride Melrose Arch, our mark of craft is that of urban dynamism, and we recently launched our 153 Reasons campaign. Our unique number within the Autograph Collection is number 153, and we're going to be taking our guests on a journey of all of the reasons why you can love your stay at the African Pride Melrose Arch.
And I think you've done such an exceptional job of being able to bring that autograph collection promise to life. And it's in everything and every way, whether you're chilling at the restaurant or enjoying the food, maybe meeting and bumping and engaging with the staff, or better yet, I think for me, I found in the room. There's something so personalized about the feel. It makes you feel part of the Joburg energy and part of African internationalism without a doubt. Thank you. With the world at our fingertips, it's now time for us to travel all the way to Istanbul. I'm here to enjoy some of the most delicious baklava. Come with me. The experience at Istanbul Kebab was absolutely out of this world. I mean that because it felt like I traveled all the way to Istanbul. The authenticity of the cuisine coming through was just unreal. Magnificent flavors coming through. And that coffee was really just the perfect touch to it. It added so much to an already rich and wholesome Melrose Arch experience. Take it from me, shopping is the best way to exercise, especially when a step outside of the African Pride Melrose Arch Hotel leads you onto the Melrose Arch precinct. All about that convenient luxury life, okay? And the guests of African Pride Melrose Arch Hotel, they can enjoy a luxurious session out at the Camlet Spa, which is right next to the hotel, and get special offers as well. I'm gonna do mine. My experience at Camlet Spa was out of this world. Sometimes a man needs a little bit of pampering. I needed that whole hand massage that came with a whole manicure. It was the perfect treat. What an incredible day. I've got to tell you, the African Pride Mirrors Arch Hotel by the Autograph Collection is without a doubt a key luxury destination. And I'll tell you why. It's because it's so perfect for foodies, luxury and leisure travelers, as well as corporates alike. You've got to step into the Autograph Collection style. Do it for yourself. And so, where will your dreams take you next?
So this is the problem. This is why everyone thinks that we don't actually work for a living, bud. Absolutely awesome. I know it is honestly one of my favorite hotels in Joburg. Yeah. Undoubtedly, absolutely love it. And with Marriott International, they've got incredible hotels with phenomenal features that are conveniently located to guarantee us a stress-free time.
Yeah, so here's the challenge, okay? Or maybe an offer. Book now and enjoy up to 20% off with the Winter Marriott Bonvoy Escapes on your next weekend stay. Find the T's and C's on Marriott.com for more information. You want to go there. That's where your dreams will take you.
Tough life. Sure.
Get planning for a much-needed Johannesburg urban lifestyle family getaway. Rediscover cafes, restaurants, bars, galleries and museums to enhance your stay with our kids. Stay and eat for free or 50% off on second-room family offers. Marriott's portfolio presents a full and diverse range of outstanding hotels in Johannesburg, each uniquely designed with its own personality. Book now, emea.marriott.com.
You can rest easy knowing someone's always watching out for you. Everflu C Immune Booster. We've got you covered.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it dialed in. We've really been privileged to have Nibs van der Spey in studio. We've seen what he can do with 10 strings. Now we're going to see what he does with 6. And we're going to continue with this babbling brook that is this unbelievable sound that he's created in 10 tracks in his latest release. And this one is Prayers in My Suitcase. Take it away.
His gold hidden in clay jars along life's road. A light shines in breaks, calls you home again. I've been years on this journey, sometimes lonesome in heart. Pack my prayers in a suitcase, pray they'll all come to pass. And the seed from the one who reaps, scattered on the field by a mountain breeze, you'll harvest all your dreams. And when she smiled, her eyes they creased, as perfect as the lines on the cedar tree. They kept their gaze on me. I've been years on this journey, sometimes lonesome in heart. Packed my prayers in a suitcase, pray they'll all come to pass. New hope written in the sky, it fills his home, moonshine, love and light. And as I stand by the water's edge, where the sunset meets the skies, I have no regrets, I'll be sailing home again. I've been years on this journey, sometimes lonesome in heart. Packed my prayers in a suitcase, pray they'll all come to pass. I've been years on this journey, sometimes lonesome in heart. Packed my prayers in a suitcase, they'll all come to pass. When a poor man finds his gold, hidden in clay jars along life's road, a light shines in his eye. A light shines in his eye. Light shines in his eye. In his
Wow. Thank you. Again, I implore you, please can you be here every morning just to help us ease into our day. What motivated that song? Was there a moment? Put some perspective, color in that picture for us. That is beautiful.
When a poor man finds his gold, yeah, it's just praise in a suitcase. Started first with the music, obviously, and obviously the music always dictates kind of the lyrical content which is going to happen. So the music was the canvas, and the lyrics came afterwards. You know, I suppose, like, you know, in every, you know, if you've got dream and a vision in life, someday it'll all come to pass. Never stop believing. So it's about hope, I guess.
Oh, man, thank you for being that message, not just for us this morning, but I think, as we said earlier today, in a world that needs that message of love and healing and hope. Thank you so much. Nibs is not going anywhere. One more performance coming your way in just a moment.
And we're loving it. All of that feel good coming your way. Thank you very much for choosing to start with us. Nibs, that was really beautiful. And now we're going to be heading over back to Johannesburg because it's time to celebrate. We're celebrating our very own champions who've done so well. Banyana Banyana. We have seen them really just rise to the occasion lately. The team is made up of such incredible women who really are an inspiration, not just for the sporting fraternity, but also for all South Africans who are chasing their dreams. And Guhle is out at 5FM to catch up with them. Guhle, what's happening?
Now that the apologies are out of the way, it's time for us to have a bit of fun with the 5FM Breakfast team by playing a game which requires them to have each other's backs, literally, okay? So this one is almost like broken telephone, but you're using your finger as opposed to your mouth and your words, okay? Now you, team of two, we'll have to choose between the two of you who's going to be drawing on your bag and who's going to have to replicate what they are feeling on the bag onto this board, okay?
In like 1 minute?
In literally 1 minute. So Dan and Tabo, you guys are team one. Nutloli and Mali are team two. So I'm going to start off with you guys. Do you understand the rules of the game?
For sure.
All right.
I don't trust him though. We just had a huge fight on this exact TV show.
So this is the best exercise to kind of rebuild that trust between the two of you, right?
Tabo, how's your drawing skills?
Not so good.
I'll draw on your back then.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to see the picture that
Yes.
Kukla is holding.
Okay.
And then we'll have 1 minute. Can you time? Can we time 1 minute?
We've got a timer.
I'm going to draw on your back and you need to draw. And we'll see how close you can get to the picture. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, Madeleine and Collie, you need to leave so that you can't see what you have to draw. You can't see what you have to draw. You need to leave. Okay.
Oh, and they close their eyes.
No, I don't trust them. You guys can just stand there and watch us. I'll speech you.
So are you drawing on the board and Tabo?
No, I'm drawing on
Tabo's drawing on the board.
Okay, cool. So,
Okay.
dun, 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 dun.
Tabo, come stand here.
You can do this.
Please, Tabo, don't even try to look.
Okay.
So this is your drawing.
Oh.
After seeing this, no communication between the two of you except you using your finger on Tabo's back. Are you ready?
And our drawing needs to look more like that than their drawing has to look like theirs.
Yes.
Okay. Time
Are you ready?
starts.
So you have to draw at the same time. Can I draw at the same time?
Yes.
Okay.
Just draw, okay.
3,
Yes.
2, 1, go.
Okay.
I am dead already. Oh, excuse me? It looks like a racing track.
What is this? Is this Argentina?
Tabo, how are you feeling about this drawing? How it's going so far?
I'm not very confident.
Oh my goodness. Please, I just have to show our viewers what exactly they are trying to go for.
What are you doing?
Details for me. How much time do we have?
This is not what I'm doing.
Time. You've got 20 seconds left. Come on now.
Tabo! This is... Did you do art in school?
You have got a
Tabo!
to prove yourselves.
Okay, wait.
Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
Your time is up.
Tabo!
Wait,
What are you doing?
I have to ask,
What do you
how do you
mean?
feel about this final drawing?
What is this?
I don't know.
What is this?
Okay. I'm going to reveal the winner after Team 2, right? So for now, I'm going to need you guys to just hope and pray
Are they gonna
that
draw
theirs go. Yes, they're going to draw just below
I'm
yours.
so angry.
Who's drawing? Wait, who's drawing?
Molly and Marley, it's time for you guys to show us what you've got, ladies.
Firstly,
Presenting the winners.
Holly and Madeleine.
Already.
Holly and Madeleine, what do you
What
think
does it
we
even
drew?
look like?
What? I feel like it looks like a map of the world.
Pangia.
Yeah, some looks
country,
like
I don't know.
an animal that's ill. What is this? What is this?
So upset with me.
Okay, guys, before you speak too soon, it's time to show your skills, your drawing skills. Who's going to be drawing on the board and who's using their finger on teammates' back?
Okay, so I'm drawing on the board.
Okay.
Fully.
I'm going to be on Madeli's back.
So you've only got 1 minute, all right?
Uh-huh.
All right, Oli, it's time for you to see your picture.
Okay.
This is going to be so hilarious. This is picture number 2, and
Okay.
you've got 1 minute. Okay.
Just draw slowly.
Okay.
Are you going to draw slowly? Do you want to have a look once
Timed
again?
in perfectly.
Oh, I
wanna be
can't hold
cheating.
it.
No, you can't.
Quiet.
Oh.
And you cannot communicate with Marley after seeing this
You
picture.
can only draw on her
You
back with
ready?
your finger. Holly.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Starting off well, very steady there, Marley.
Wait. Wait, Ollie!
We're going to win, Tabo.
It needs to be harder.
It's the pressure for me. I mean, you've already seen what Team 1 has done, so that's a lot to live up to. what?
Tabo, we've got this.
Oh, we've got this.
Yeah, Tabo, we're winning. No worries.
Oh, my goodness.
What is that?
Ollie, I don't know what you're doing.
How much time?
I still don't know what the picture is, by the way.
How are you feeling about your progress, Molly?
I feel like I don't know what Ollie is doing.
So you've got less than...
You're coming out very well.
10 seconds now.
No.
Nice, man.
You're not allowed to
8,
communicate.
7, 6,
Ollie, stop whispering.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and your time is...
Tabo, I'm so upset with you.
Wait, hold on.
Tabo, I'm so upset with you.
She's so proud of them.
Okay.
Hold on.
I have to
Hold
ask.
on. Let's get the reveal.
Yes. I first have to ask Tabo, what do you think you had to draw, Tabo?
Tabo, I'm so angry with you.
Like South America. or like a coffee table.
Okay. An abstract coffee table. I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, I mean, art is subjective, right?
Yes.
This is like Jeff Koons-ish inspired.
I'll never forgive you for this.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
When Molly, what do you think you had to draw for your picture?
You know, I was thinking maybe it would be like a face or a person or an animal. So I was thinking a face. Then it felt like there was like feet.
Yes.
So, but now the poor animal has 3 feet. And the other the other paw is waving.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure.
It's probably dancing.
Close enough though. Well, it's time to reveal
I'm so upset about this.
the winner. I'm going to start off with you, Tabo. This is what you had to draw.
It was a horse, and then you went insane. Then you went insane.
He had to draw a horse, and Molly, this was your drawing. A pig.
I think we're closer.
Excuse me?
Because they did communicate during the drawing.
There was no communicating.
This is what's
Dad
going
also
on
asked
here.
you, what are you doing?
I'm furious. I'm storming out. I have a radio show to do.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm done.
We are starting a completely new beef this morning here with the 5FM breakfast team, but the ladies are celebrating because they are close enough to their original drawing. Shout out to Team 1 and Team 2. Make sure to join them on 5FM right now for the breakfast show. Do not go anywhere because there's so much more happening live from Johannesburg. See you soon.
What's beta glucan? Hello, do you know what beta glucan is? What is beta glucan? No one knows what beta glucan is.
Beta glucan is a natural fiber in jungle oats that helps lower cholesterol and keep hearts well.
Jungle, do life with heart.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Get your aprons out. We're bringing it back to the kitchen. Welcome back. It's your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. It's time for the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ching, ching, ching!
That's what I'm talking about, sweetie. Okay, now we've asked you if you've got any questions. Let us know. Get in touch with us on our WhatsApp line 063-408-8863. And what have you done? You've gone and asked questions. You've sent in your remarks. Let's listen to them.
Morning, my Expresso family and the chef. For me, a good curry needs to have cardamom, star aniseed, and dhania. Anything else, but that is the most best ingredients that I would love in my curry. Thank you, Jocelyn. Avocados. Bye.
Love that. Okay, we all agree, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Colleen is next. Colleen, what have you got to say to us?
Good morning, Expresso. Good morning, everybody. Colleen here from Delft. I love curry and my kids love curry, but the curry we make is the sweet and sour curry. We add some vinegar and a teaspoon of sugar or a tablespoon of sugar, and there we have our sweet and sour curry.
Oh, man, doesn't that sound divine? Delicious. Gary, Gazzy Gaz.
I always stir in a huge tablespoon of peanut butter when I make chicken curry, and it's always better the next day with sliced banana on top and a glass of milk.
Okay, Gary, you've got Prim's full attention. Is that the thing to do?
You know what? I love peanut butter.
Yeah.
I put it in my chicken livers.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste nutty. It just adds something really beautiful. To the flavor. It's just unique. It's gorgeous.
It is, and it does so much. I mean, when I've been to Zimbabwe, for example, they do add a lot of peanut butter in just about any and everything. So that's really lovely. But Clem, I mean, of course, you are bringing like a whole experience here, the whole thing.
Not even me. I'm here to learn today.
Oh.
So Prim is taking over. So Prim, can we swap places?
Darling,
actually,
it's
you're in the middle. You're in the middle.
I thought you were sending me to the pot.
No, not yet. So Prim, what are you making for us today?
So I'm doing chicken tikka masala.
Okay.
So chicken tikka masala is a very popular dish in India and then in the UK. And believe it or not, it takes #1 spot as the best dish in the UK.
Believe.
And fish, chips and mushy peas is like second or third.
They've made it a national dish now, haven't they?
Chicken tikka masala.
Look at that.
Chicken tikka masala is a national dish of the
UK.
United Kingdom.
Yes. Yes.
All the Indians have gone there. Everybody.
I love it. Indians must go everywhere. I love it. Okay, cool.
I'm here. Okay.
I love it. Okay, so take us through it.
All right. So the
make
chicken
it.
tikka, yes, I'm going to make it. So actually, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some olive oil to a pan.
Okay. And would you go for olive oil always?
You know, I'm a Durban Indian chick.
Yeah.
So actually, I love sunflower oil.
Okay, so
then somebody said all the Indians are going to die of heart failure.
No.
Well, we're all going to have heart failure. Then I started using canola oil.
Yeah.
So now I use like a kind of canola and olive, like a nice mix.
All right. How do you feel about ghee?
Clarified butter. It's beautiful. It's the most delicious flavor. It's just that it grows on the dairy egg. So that makes it a bit bad.
Okay, great.
So I'm going to add onion and the green pepper. The beauty about chicken tikka masala is that it's a very quick dish to make.
Okay. Is it quick?
It is.
Like about 15, eh? 15 to 20 minutes if you
I would say as long as it takes for your chicken to get soft.
Okay. All right.
Because everything goes in very quickly.
Okay, so let's see how quickly you can go with getting all of those ingredients in there and showing us the magic.
What is this called?
Spatula.
Well done.
And I've got a lot of them in my house.
But you don't cook, so what do you do with all your spatulas?
Decorative pieces and items.
Oh, okay.
Every kitchen must have them. Let's go. Let's go.
You know, you're not the only one. I used to work at Jeannie D, and she said the best place to store all her shoes is in a new oven. She stores all her shoes there because it's climate controlled and it's protected. To my friend Jeannie, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
I'm not the only one.
So onion, green pepper, red pepper.
Great.
I'm going to add some garlic and ginger. Garlic and ginger is beautiful because it takes the bloodiness of the meat away.
All right, I didn't know that. Oh, South Africa, in case you're wondering, Jamie's actually seeking medical help right now. She had to tap out.
Yes.
Jamie's just taking a breather right now. Oh, there we go. Jamie's just resting for a little bit.
And all the aircon is on. It's doing the things that it needs to do. We've got people fanning her as well. Water. Okay, cool. So that's going.
Okay, so this is going. It's going to go. Hear it sizzle.
Yeah, sizzle. Okay, so then once that's done, you're going to introduce. What do you introduce next into the system? The spices.
Spices. Just one more time. Okay, so then I'm going to add the curry powder, a mixed masala, which you can actually get anywhere.
Okay.
I mean, as somebody who's a spice girl, grew up with spices. In fact, I was part of the Spice Girls, the group. I'm called Lost Spice.
Oh, Lost Spice. No,
they left me in Durban.
No,
So you're going to add the curry powder in.
Yeah.
The garlic and ginger's in already.
Great.
And this mixes through, and then we're going to add the chicken, and then we're going to add the tomatoes.
Okay.
And then salt is in. Salt is to taste. My apologies.
Great.
I haven't been drinking. Salt to taste. It's
it is on.
Can I give you some more heat? Can I give you some more heat?
That would be wonderful.
There
Did you? I was just trying to be civil. I would love more heat.
Because you do a kitchen rule, I suppose, is you don't turn up the heat if it's not your pot. If you turn on the stove,
there we go.
turn on the heat.
Okay, we are cooking.
So that's going. Okay, great.
Thank you so much.
I got a question. I got a question. What's some of the most common mistake people make when they make curries?
So, you know, the first thing that my mum taught me is that when you put curry powder into the pan, you've got to add your meat very quickly.
Okay.
But when you're learning, you put your meat first with the garlic and ginger and the whole spices, and then you add the curry powder afterwards, and always with just a little bit of water, because once the curry powder burns, your curry tastes bitter.
Okay.
And it's gone.
Okay, that's great.
I love that.
Masterclass today. In fact, voice notes. We're getting so many of them. The people are loving what you're doing. Nosetu, what have you got to ask or say to Prim and Chef Clem?
Hi, Expresso family. Hi. I actually am not sure how to make curry, but I love it hot. I'm so loving it hot because I believe it's healthy. Nosinto Mcimeli from Engamakwe.
I'm loving it hot too, baby. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We've got one more, and this one is from Ovayo. Let's hear it.
Good morning, Expresso family. My name is Ovayo Ngani from King Williamstown. When I cook curry, I heat up my whole spices to unleash their flavors before I cook the meat.
I like that. Unleash. The choice of words is what I'm talking about. It's like unleash, get it going in. So thank you so much, Ovayo, for that. That's really, really beautiful.
She's right, because what you have to put your whole spices with the oil, and that flavors the oil, and then you put your curry powder into the meat, that flavors the meat.
And then it
unleash. And then, like the elements of a story, the fairy tale just comes together.
Oh, I love that.
You see why I'm fabulous?
That is why you're fabulous, and that's why you are the girl that you are. And of course, Prim Reddy has an entire book written with all sorts of inspiration that you can get, and it's called Temptations: Exquisite Tastes with an Exotic Touch. It's what you want to get.
And we've won. I'm just boasting now.
Yeah.
The best cookbook in the world award by the Gourmand Society in Paris.
What? Get out of here.
Who's fabulous? Who's fabulous?
You are fabulous.
Oh,
you can be fabulous too. Go on to expressoshow.com, get the recipe and all of the tips. Ingredients have been listed there for you as well. Happy cooking. Thank you so much, Prim Reddy.
Thank you.
Born ready.
Color Your Plate with Koo is back on SABC2 with a flavor-filled second season that will have you eating better with Koo. If you think you're Mzansi's next cooking star, you have the chance to show us how you color your plate with Koo. Take a video of yourself creating a colorful meal with Koo and tell us why you should be selected. WhatsApp your entry video to 072-741-5357 to stand a chance to be on the show and win your share of prizes valued at 500,000 Rand. Enter now.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us for the final hour of the show. Getting pretty excited, standing by to reconnect with Banyana Banyana, of course, the queens of Africa. In just a moment, Kutle is standing by for that. But right now, let's bring you up to speed with the news of the day.
Thank you very much, Graham. A final look at your news headlines. We start off here at home in South Africa. The Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, says that his department is working with various stakeholders to ensure that the Central Railway line in Cape Town will be fully operational again in November. The railway has partially reopened and commuters between Cape Town and Langa are able to use that transport system. Now, it was closed in 2020 due to the COVID-19 containment measures, and one of the biggest challenges for the reopening of the service of this railway line is that several people live on the railway line in Langa. These households must first be moved to another area. Staying in South Africa, Professor Chilli of the University of Johannesburg is moving to Japan to become rector of the UN University. The chair of the UJ Council, Mike Teke, said that Marwala, the university's vice chancellor, will stay on at UJ for the next 8 months to ensure a smooth transition. The UN University is a global think tank with 13 institutes in 12 countries supporting efforts to resolve global challenges of concern to the United Nations. Marwala will be the first African to assume this role at the Tokyo-based university, and we congratulate her. In international news, Lesotho yesterday dropped murder charges against the country's former Prime Minister Thomas Thabane and his wife over the 2017 killing of his previous estranged wife, Dipolelo. We have been unable to trace an important witness in this matter, and the Director of Public Prosecutions has decided to withdraw the charges against the accused. Prosecutor Gareth Lapan told the court in the capital of Maseru. Thabane, aged 83, was accused of hiring hitmen to kill Dipolelo in June 2017 and paying them $24,000 to do the job. Over in Russia, Russia has announced that it will withdraw from the International Space Station after 2024 and build its own station. The new head of Russia's space agency, Yuri Borisov, said that they'd honor all their obligations until then. The US and Russia, along with other partners, have successfully worked together on the space station since 1998. However, relations have soured since Russia invaded Ukraine, and Russia previously threatened to quit the project because of Western sanctions. The US agency has not yet been officially informed of Russia's plans. Now, a starving polar bear has been approaching homes in an Arctic outpost out in the north of Russia for help after its tongue became stuck in a tin can. Extraordinary footage shows that the wild animal basically pleading for human help as it has been unable to eat after its tongue lodged in an empty condensed milk can. The bear became so exhausted with the can stuck in its mouth and was approaching us and sticking its tongue out, said a resident. But it was impossible to offer help without traumatizing the bear, so people gave up. With residents unable to remove the sharp-edged can from the polar bear's mouth, a team of vets, they were there. They were summoned to the remote village, and they managed to sedate the bear, and then female bear, of course, removed the can as well. Russia's environmental watchdog chief, Svetlana Radinova, said that one of the vets was treating multiple cuts on the bear's tongue as it stands, and all was well. That ended well for the poor polar bear, and she will be returned to her natural habitat together with a stack of fish. Well deserved after such an ordeal. That's a feel-good story to know that humans are still very much able to step in there and intervene, help nature when it's needed most. That's where we leave it for this morning. Here's Graham with a look at your sports.
Thank you so much, Tabiso. Let's start with football news. Women's African Cup of Nations champions Banyana Banyana touched down at OR Tambo International Airport yesterday to a hero's welcome. Banyana, of course, beating hosts Morocco 2-1 in that final on Saturday to become the first team to win all 6 games in the tournament, in fact. And in addition to the rapturous welcome, the Sports Ministry announced a 5.8 million rand injection on top of the 9.2 million that's already been promised by SAFA, taking their total amount given to the team team to 15 million rand for their achievements. Certainly well deserved. That equates to around 570,000 rand for each player. Then on to transfer news. Abroad, Aaron Ramsey will be leaving Juventus after they terminated the former Arsenal star's contract by mutual agreement. The 31-year-old joined Juve on a free transfer back in July of 2019 and was sent on loan to Scottish side Rangers last January after making just 5 appearances for the club last season. And elsewhere, PSG, they've signed versatile France defender Nordi Mukile on a 5-year contract. That's from RB Leipzig. No financial details have been confirmed, but media is reporting he signed for around 16 million euros, including add-ons. Then on to tragic news on the cricketing front. Marizanne Cup has now been ruled out of the Commonwealth Games after having to cut her short or her participation of her tour to England for family reasons. Now, the in-form all-rounder returned home before the first of those 3 T20s against England last Thursday after her brother-in-law suffered a serious injury in an accident which left him in intensive care. We certainly send all of our love and best wishes to the family. Coach Hilton Moraang has confirmed that she would not return to England for the games taking place in Birmingham. That kicks off tomorrow. South Africa are in a tough group and we could have used her services. We're in Group B alongside England, New Zealand and Sri Lanka. Then on to cycling. Cecily Uttrup-Ludwig won the 3rd stage of the inaugural Tour de France Femme, while Marianne Vos finished second to retain that yellow jersey. The 26-year-old finishing 2 seconds ahead of the Dutch rider. Ludwig managed to pull away from a 6-strong breakaway coming into the finish line after the 133.6-kilometre ride from Arem to Epernay. South Africa's Ashley Moolman-Pasio, having the ride of her life, finished the stage in 3rd place and now currently is in 5th in the general classification. An incredible performance, and we cannot wait to connect with her a little bit later in the week. But that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll be connecting with Banyana Banyana in Johannesburg in just a moment. Quickly standing by for that. But first, let's bring you up to speed with the traffic.
Thank you so much, G. A final look at what's happening on the road this morning in Gauteng, Rustenburg. There is a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound at Beyers Nordine. Now, the left lane is currently obstructed, but traffic is free-flowing at the moment. Then bringing it home to the Western Cape Century City on the N7 southbound, there is congestion before the N1 inbound ramp. Please do allow for extra travel time this morning, and please do be patient on the roads as well. In KZN, in Pinetown, there is a stationary vehicle on the N3 westbound, and that is after the Pavilion interchange. The left lane is currently blocked, so please do approach with caution. That is where I leave your traffic. Let's have a final look at the weather. Some devastating climate change news. In California's Oak Fire continues to cause misery and destruction and has now burned through more than 18,000 acres and destroyed at least 41 structures since it ignited near the state's world-famous Yosemite National Park on Friday. Now, this as fire crews battle overwhelmingly dry conditions, extreme high temperatures and steep terrain. More than 1,400 structures are still threatened. Now, some 3,000 personnel are battling the blaze, deploying air and land efforts, including 24 helicopters, 302 fire engines and 82 bulldozers. But challenging terrain and abundant dry vegetation fueling the fire has complicated efforts to tamp down its growth. Meanwhile, in Texas, at least 20 homes have been destroyed after a wildfire spread to a residential area. This as Texas Forest Service firefighters responded to 7 new wildfires. Then from blazing fires to blazing sunrise views. For our final weather update, we have this one from Adrian Witboy, one of our regulars. He sent this eerie view out in Durbanville. Look at just how the clouds are being lit up by the red hues of the sunrise. Another one came through from Carolyn, who sent us this view from her home this morning out in KZN. What a absolutely stunning shot of the sun rising up from behind the ocean with the green palm trees in the distance. Millicent Kibit also sent us this blazing image of the sun's rays as it hits her camera lens out in Cape Town. And then finally, we had this one sent from Warren Blau out in GQ Gqeberha from his yard with the orange and yellow hues casting a glow around the clouds. Again, a reminder, don't forget to share your sunrise images with us on our WhatsApp line. That number is 063-408-8863. We'd love to see what your morning view looks like. That being said, here are the final temperatures for the day. For you, Polokwane, it is a low of 7 that will peak at 23. If you're out and about in Mbombela, sunshine is coming your way with a range of 11 to 29. For you, Pretoria, partly cloudy conditions are expected on this Wednesday with a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 23. Johannesburg, for you, thunder showers are coming your way with a low of 8 and a high of 20. Mahikeng, for you, it is 10-24. Klerksdorp can be seen with thunder showers as well, but a range of 8 to 20. And for you, Kimberley, it is a low of 10 that will peak at 23 later today. Bloemfontein, for you, it is 6-20. Richards Bay ranging from 16 to 26, as well as for you, Pietermaritzburg, your range is 10 to 24. South Africa's playground, Durban, ranging from 16 to 23. Mthatha, for you, it is partly cloudy conditions that can be expected throughout the day, but it will range from 8 to 21. East London, 13-21. Craddock, for you, it is 5-19. And GQ Gqeberha, it is 11-18. George can be seen with a minimum of 8 and a maximum of 16. The mother city, Cape Town, ranging from 9 to 19. And Worcester, for you, it is 7-21. Sutherland, 2-15. And last but definitely not least, sunshine coming your way today, Uppington, with a range of 8 to 24. Well, that is where I leave your final weather update on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Jamie Lee Domberg. We're going back to Johannesburg now. We're going to be meeting and hanging out with the champions of the AFCON. It's Banyana Banyana. Desiree Ellis is on standby to tell us about that moment of absolute victory.
Thank you so much, Uncle Tabsy. Oh, man, I am so excited, especially after the tension of the 2022 Women's Africa Cup of Nations final. Banyana Banyana and the coaching staff missed no opportunity to celebrate their 2-1 victory against Morocco this past weekend. We are here catching up with head coach Desiree Ellis and the youngest player in the squad, Wantabi Singh Majia. They're here to tell us about how they feel after making history this past weekend. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Coach, you have played in this tournament before, but now taking the cup home as a coach, how does that make you feel?
It's amazing, you know, it's incredible because it's almost indescribable, the moment when it happened, but the players were absolutely amazing. I think, you know, they truly wanted this. We spoke at the beginning what they wanted, and they said they wanted to qualify. But Jermaine was adamant we wanted to win it, you know, and surely, you know, they stood up in that big crowd. They just, you know, turned the ears closed and just carried on and played for each other.
And there's so much pressure. They truly are exceptional in what they do. And Tabi saying, I mean, you scored your first goal for the country. Take us through that moment and that experience.
Okay. What can I say?
You're speechless, right? It's a moment of a lifetime.
You know, we were down and Jimmy got injured and we brought Ntabi Singh on, and from the moment that action happened, you know, with us winning the ball in the midfield, getting played to Linda, and she already made a run, always played to Melinda, and you know, she was already that killer instinct of a goal scorer and getting ready for the rebound and getting there first. I had a look at it afterwards and I said they could have played it to her. She was ready, but she was also ready for the rebound, and the joy on her face was just something else.
Priceless.
I think it's difficult to describe for her how to do it, but it was a moment, you know, she'll never forget in a second cap.
It's going to be embedded in the history books, okay? Now, this win also gives you or solidifies your position in the 2023 World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Are you walking into it with the same strategy? Is there a lot of pressure now that you guys have come home with this cup?
Look, the expectations are always high, playing for the national team. but that's expected. Coming into the national team, we're already under pressure. We have a little thing like called the COSAFA Cup, not a little thing, but a big tournament for us called the COSAFA Cup happening before that. I normally use that for, to test players. And COSAFA have been magnificent in getting us ready for these competitions. Yes. So we want to say thank you to COSAFA. I mean, we had Zambia, we had Botswana there as well, and COSAFA must be happy having a gold and a bronze with us in Zambia. And then obviously it's the matter of preparing. This time around we have a whole year instead of 6 months. So we will really sit down and plan. But for now, we're just enjoying the moment, enjoying the celebrations, and absorbing everything.
You have to, because you have made the nation so proud, particularly through these tough times that we are all going through. Just briefly, I know that you've been asked this question many times, but it's something that is on South Africans' minds. The 9 minutes, coach. Oof, where is it coming from?
When I saw that board, I just turned around and I went like... But the look on my face, I think it was the longest 9 minutes of my life. I kept turning to Coach T and kept asking her, Coach T, how many minutes? She said 7. A few minutes later, Coach T, how many minutes? She said 6. And then finally that final whistle was a moment to savor.
Truly, man, you came out victorious out of that experience. 2 South Africans who welcomed you so wholeheartedly yesterday. What do you have to say to them?
It was very emotional, to be honest. I had some tissues in my pocket because I knew it was going to be emotional, but I just want to say thank you to all the fans. I want to say thank you for supporting us during the difficult times. And our president, Dr. Jordan, always says that we as footballers, we must put smiles on people's faces. And I surely know that we did put smiles on their faces. And they put smiles back on our faces with that amazing welcome yesterday. So thank you for supporting the team, and thank you for loving this team. We really appreciate you.
Truly, truly beautiful. Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you, Ntabi Singh, also for being such a rock star. Yeah. You're killing it out there. All the best. I know that you guys are extremely tired and so much is still waiting for you after this interview. So we appreciate you taking this time to start off the day with us. Under the leadership of Coach Desiree Ellis, it comes as no surprise that they've qualified for the World Cup because Banyana Banyana have played a truly enterprising game in this tournament. It's been a pleasure waking up with you guys. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Ikamalam Gugushla Adams signing out.
Take lashes higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara. The curved brush volumizes and lifts lashes vertically for a wide-eyed lash look. Hemp seed oil conditions for healthy-looking lashes. Go higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, in celebration of Banyana Banyana, we just saw them right now. We're going to be experiencing a full-body workout designed for soccer players. Now, not much equipment is needed, just a ball and a little bit of space. That's all you need. We're going to be tackling coordination, control, and everything else. To show us how it's done is VP Physio Candice Robertson. Finally, it's time for you to show us exactly what you have. How are you doing this morning?
Good, thanks. Thank you so much for having me today.
It is our pleasure. I know, just like hearing Desiree Ellis speak about, what her and the team team have been able to achieve over this weekend. It was all about physical, it was about mental, and we're going to be taking part in the physical aspect. How well do you think that they train, or how often do you think that they train to be able to now call themselves African Cup champions?
Yes. So professional athletes have to train really, really hard in order to achieve what they need to achieve on the field. Sport-specific drills and things like that they'll do on the field, but strength training is also very important, so that's what we're going to be focusing on today.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Already I'm burning from the inside, now I'm going to be burning from the outside. I had the curry challenge. It still hurts everybody, but it's okay.
And now the muscles are going to start burning.
Now everything else is going to burn.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to start off with is a balance and stability exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our legs facing forward, we're going to have our arms straight, and then we're going to get our leg up, and we want to go nice and forward and controlled, and then we're going to come up nice and slowly.
Clearly not as controlled as I should be.
So we're working a little bit on ankle stability, knee control, and we're going to try again, and we're going to go up, back.
And of course using that core as well, because you have to make sure that you're stable.
Yes.
That core is really coming into play as
Yes,
well.
exactly. Okay, then we're going to try the other leg. Let's see how that one goes. Okay.
And we usually are weak on one side of the body, so I normally am more stronger in my right leg than my left leg, but looks like you're going.
Okay, let's go one more time. Let's see. There we go. And then it's important that we want to try and keep the hips nice and straight when we're doing that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work a little bit on our core. So core is also very important for soccer players. So your core helps with whenever we move or rotate, it's your stabilizing muscle, and it helps a lot with balance as well. So we're going to just do a basic plank. Okay, so let's see if we can hold.
We love basic things here. At least I do. I like basic.
So let's see if we can try and hold that for, let's say, 30 seconds.
Now, when you say 30 seconds, that is a different ball game, but we can do it. Let's get into it.
Okay, so we're going to go. There we go. And we want to keep everything nice and straight and in line, bum down.
Someone said the other day, like, a minute is a minute in normal life, but when you're doing it with a plank, it's a whole other minute. Hey, so 30 seconds as well is going to feel like forever. But again, what do you said this is focusing on the core?
Core. Yeah, it's focusing on the core, but lots of other muscles are working at the same time.
Just trying to breathe through it, don't fall. What I also find helps is like focus on one spot in the room. So wherever you are, just look at that spot, pray, and then the time will go faster. There we go.
Here we go. Okay, let's try 5 more seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
There we go.
You can, of course, modify it at home if you want to do a minute. That is on you, but we are just doing 30 seconds for time purposes on TV.
Yes. Okay, so the next one we're going to try and do is a basic squat, so that's for strength. So all we're going to do is we're going to try and sit nice and back, knees facing forward. We don't want the knees to collapse inwards. Okay, and then we squat down.
Ooh.
Good.
I did legs yesterday, so I'm feeling
You're feeling it today.
Well, we're good. We move.
There we go. Okay, then we're going to add a little bit of power and explosive movement specifically for soccer players. So what we're going to do is when we bend down and we're going to jump.
Jump.
And then
here we go. Ooh.
And jump. There we go.
Nice and explosive. Use that floor to push yourself up off from the ground. And we have time for one more.
There we go. Okay, next one we're going to try is a basic lunge. So we're just going to step forward, get the hips and knees 90-90 and back. And step forward and back.
Desiree Ellis, I think you have 2 new members coming to join the Banyana Banyana team. Candice, you are amazing. Where can people get hold of you if they want to train with you and become the next superstar and super sports star?
So WP Physios is based in Gardens, Takai and Milnerton.
There we go. Well, we hope you enjoyed this workout, getting us ready to be the next Banyana Banyana team, but it's time for us to head back into the kitchen and fuel up. Woo. Keep going.
Oh, I know you're working today. You're working today, Jamie Lee. Now we're bringing it back to the kitchen and we're focusing on our little ones because the weaning to solid food stage is fun for our little ones and to the parents too. We love seeing those expressions and the reactions to the different tastes and the different textures because the babies are experiencing these for the first time. They love that. And once your baby is a pro at eating soft, mashed foods and purees, they'll be ready to move on to those finger foods around 8 months, which means even more exploring. So we're showing you how you can make breakfast snack for your little one even more delicious and a breakfast snack that they will totally love without a doubt. And of course, like the dad. Graham is here to show us.
This is one of the best phases because you start to notice your baby at around 6 months starts to look at you eat and starts to mimic you, and they want to eat what you want to eat. And when we talk about baby led, it's about them kind of indicating to you that they're ready to take on those solids and start testing out textures, tastes, and nutrients. So this is a beautiful introduction into that. Bananas are amazing. Just their texture in itself. This is great for babies to start their process. They can munch on them. They can they're soft and squishy. And of course, unbelievably nutritious. But we're combining them in little pancakes this morning or crumpets. And this is like my hoodoo food. I struggle so much to make pancakes. That's why I wanted to take this on. But what you've got here is a beautiful array of really healthy ingredients, but it's going to be fun for baby to eat. Beautiful. And of course, you've got a little bit of help with our purity packs, which these pouches are amazing. Great on their own as a snack.
Yeah, those are a lifesaver.
But the flavors here, so we're using the apple, mango, and oats. So I'm going to get busy mixing, and what I love about this range is there is something for everyone at every age.
That's it. I do love that, you know, these purity pouches, and I've gotten to, you know, sort of play around with them a bit, so they're perfect for every age and stage of your little one's feeding journey from 6 months. And the purity pouches, they are available in a variety of flavors for every occasion. So you want to make sure that you do mix it up for your little one, that they're not having the same flavor or the same sort of flavor all the time. Or ingredients, or I suppose makeup of the pouch each time. So they can be very fruity, no preservatives, no colorants, and they have no artificial flavors, which is really great. So you've added
okay, so I've got 1 egg going in, and then I'm using our purity pouch, as I said, the apple, mango, and oats, which is a beautiful flavor profile as well. And what I love is, you know, we work often with Kath McGaw, who's one of the leading dietitians in the baby space.
Yes.
And she has worked with purity for over 5 years now, making sure that when they say this was pure and there is nothing else in here, they absolutely mean it.
Well, they can back it up. And we know from 8 months, you know, you can start with their sort of yogi pouches for even more variety, if that's what you're looking to get out for your child. Now, the perfect little pouch, convenient snack times, everywhere, anytime. They're great for lunch boxes as well. And as with all other complementary foods, purity pouches do not contain preservatives. And again, like I said, no colorants, which is really great.
Okay, so now I've put some cinnamon in there, into my wet ingredients, starting to bind quite nicely. And you can make it quite rustic in terms of the chunkiness of the banana.
Yes.
And then we've got 3 tablespoons of
flour. You want them chewing into that if that's what you want to get out of it, right?
And maximum flavor. Let them know what they're eating, you know? And it's a good for them to see and touch what they're eating as well. So like broccoli stems and things like that also work brilliantly because they taste, they get the texture, they get the mouthfeel, but they kind of see what they're eating, so they start to develop that brain connection. So there's our beautiful, nice wet mixture, and this is when we then simply pop it into our pan. Not too hot, but obviously you want it to start frying immediately. And like I said, you can go for kind of, I'm going to go crumpet vibes here.
Okay.
So they're a bit more to hold on to for our little ones.
Great.
And they will look a little bit rustic when I make them. You can probably make them perfectly. But there you go, and you just fry it off on either side. Beautiful, healthy, tactile. And then, of course, we've got a beautiful dip there. We are using the custard and prune with vanilla flavor as our dip. But I suggest...
I just love how quickly it comes together. Convenience is what you're looking for as a baby daddy or a baby mama, because it
Even as a baby.
Even as a baby, honestly, because you know what? It's so busy. The last thing you should be stressing about is the nutritional element of your child's food. Now, there you have it. Convenient meal solutions in a variety of flavors and textures. They're perfectly tailored for each developmental stage, so parents can enjoy time with their little ones. You get that time to bond and do so much more. You don't have to worry so much about what has gone into the food, because Purity has thought of that. Now, Purity is there for you. Every meal, every snack, every step. To get your hands on this recipe, go on to expressoshow.com. You know the drill. All the ingredients that we've used here will be there. But it's beautiful how quickly
man,
come together.
I know. Maybe I need to take this pan home with me, because whenever I try it at home, I'm just
longer.
But this came together so well, and it's going to
love that.
Absolutely delicious.
Great.
I hope you'll always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing.
It all begins with Purity. Do you own your skin? Do you wear it bravely, even when others try to dim its glow? Does it represent your strength, your heritage, or does it express your brave and unconditional love? New Look Ingrams, your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
As your natural journey unfolds, let our products naturally assist you. Salome, your journey matters. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
It's your feel-good breakfast show, and we love talking all things health, from changes to irregularities. There are many myths associated with menstrual cycles. Today, we take a deep dive into demystifying the menstrual cycle the best way we know how, and that is with the experts to lend us their helping hand. And joining us for this discussion on irregularities of the menstrual cycle demystified is CEO of 360 Biomedicine, Boitumelo Sabambo, and gynecologist and obstetrician Dr. Zandile Dunn from Melomed Belleville Hospital. Ladies, welcome. Doctor, I'm going to start off with you. I know there are quite a few cultural myths associated to a young lady experiencing her menstrual cycle. What are some of these myths?
Yes, there is quite a lot of taboos and misconceptions, that can cause problems with dignity and, social exclusion. Some of these are virginities broken by tampons, or you are sexually active or sexually mature, which is not true, because sexual maturity requires you to be mentally and psychologically ready. Menstruations start from around 8 for some girls, so obviously this is not true. That menstruation shouldn't be spoken about. Menstruation should be kept a secret, and this causes young girls not to approach their mothers, leading to poor menstrual hygiene. Some girls hide their period, using paper and all kinds of products that that are not healthy for them. That you shouldn't walk barefoot because you'll get more period pain. That women are moody, and it's not the case with everyone. Our moods do change, but it's not for everyone, and not necessarily during, that time.
It actually breaks my heart, because these are all myths that you've just identified, and yet there are so many that believe that. And Boitumelo, you have spent, a lot of time educating people through, using the right products and just giving them the resources that they need. How can one now go about separating the truth and the facts from the myths and the stigmas attached to menstrual cycles?
I think there are a couple of things. One, I've never heard the barefoot one. It's the first time. Every time I do this, you discover a new myth. But the first thing is to consult a doctor. You need to actually consult the doctor. And I think the other thing is everybody knows their body and understands their body. Visit a doctor who you trust, who understands you, and will believe everything that you say about your body. One of the things that I do personally is I actually track my own cycle, so that if there's any changes, I can have a conversation with the doctor about it.
And that's very important. I think there's a lot of young ladies that aren't tracking their cycles. Now, doctor, we're going to start off with you. We are asking you now one of the questions: is your menstrual blood dirty?
Not at all. So menstrual blood is not an excretion. It's not urine, it's not feces, it's bodily fluids that consist of vaginal secretions, blood, as well as cells. So the lining of the womb consists of cells, and that is what is shed every month. There's also naturally occurring bacteria, there's proteins in there, there's electrolytes that form this fluid. So they're not dirty at all. So I think what people worry about is, for example, the smell. But if you think about cutting your arm, that blood has really no smell. What does cause a smell is, the longer the blood is in a tampon or a pad, that can smell. But menstrual blood itself is not dirty. It's not dirty.
Okay, so that's also why proper hygiene during that time of the month is so important, to change out your tampons and your pads regularly. Now, Boitumelo, a question that gets asked often, and this comes from both genders, is having intercourse during that time of the month. Is it okay? Is it allowed? Is it safe? What is the take on that?
Look, I think there's the personal confines and the confines that one would have in a relationship. Then you've got the religious and cultural confines that people operate in. But, you know, the doctor will support this. From a physical point of view, there's absolutely nothing wrong. Go ahead if you want to, you know, but I think it depends on people's religious and cultural preferences. Yeah.
And when it comes to PMS, I feel like that's a term that gets thrown at ladies that experience a mood swing here and there to kind of justify her actions or her emotions in a wrong and sometimes a very negative way. Yeah. But PMS, there are real symptoms and it also comes with mood swings. How are these hand in hand?
Mood swings are one of the many symptoms. It's one of the psychological symptoms. We get mood swings, we've got anxiety. Then you do get, you know, also your physical symptoms. I think it's just misunderstood that people blame everything on mood swings, but they are natural. You know. Yeah.
And doctor, for someone that is experiencing irregular periods, when should this be seen as a red flag? Like, oh, maybe I need to go consult a doctor, or perhaps, you know, it's okay, it's to be expected given perhaps the stress I'm under, because often a lot of people, if they research irregular flow, it often leads to signs of pregnancy, which isn't always the case.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I also support what Putumela is saying about tracking your cycle. So cycles are different for every woman on the planet. So a regular cycle is like 24 days to 38 days. So if anything is out of your normal, you know, previously they used to say it's about 80 mils, but it's just personal if you experience usually heavy or normal flow or light flow, and then something changes, or if you're bleeding in between your cycles. So you're not supposed to bleed, but you know, in between cycles, and you bleed between your cycle, that is something to consult about. And then there's also things that, you know, you do need to consult about. Women can have pathologies like polyps or something happening in the lining, or fibroids and things like that that can make you bleed more than usual. So that you should definitely consult about, yeah.
And if you just experience the regular period pain, cramps, or perhaps the lighter symptoms, then, you know, necessarily people don't always want to go to the doctor for that, but you can go to the pharmacy for that, right?
Definitely go to the pharmacy for that. I think what's important is, one, to have your annual checkup so that you can also just bounce off what is normal and what is not normal. Because just because you've been experiencing something for, you know, a couple of months, years, and perceive it as normal for you may not necessarily be as well.
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for demystifying some of the myths around a lady and her menstrual cycle, and I hope you took a lot from that. And understanding that you need the correct information to fully embrace your menstrual cycle is the main purpose for the conversation that we had today. By demystifying the menstrual cycle, there is more room to learn, more facts to learn, and of course with Salome, your journey matters.
On a monthly basis, all of us powerful, fierce women deal with our menstrual cycle. But why let it affect our lives?
Anywhere I go, anywhere I be.
As your natural journey unfolds, let our products naturally assist you. Live your full unfiltered life with the Salome range for PMS, menstrual pain, and heavy menstrual bleeding. Salome, your journey matters. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Oh, thank you so much, Zozo. Maybe it's that time of the morning where you need something quick, something comforting and satisfying. Well, Super M is a perfect on-the-go snack for any moment in between. And did you know you can enjoy it hot? Simply pour, heat, and then enjoy. Now, speaking of heat, our chili challenge is about to go down. And I thought, you know what? You know what? Because I went through it. I brought you in, G-Man.
I know.
And
it's
because
my
this is your best...
No, this is my karma. This is decades of karma coming back to haunt me now.
Chef ready? Chef Graham, are you ready? So these are the chilies that is laid before you, okay? So we have some mild peppers, we have jalapeno, some cayenne, some serrano,
yeah, okay.
and then some bird eye
That's
chilies.
the bad one. The bird's eye.
Bird's eye is hot. I actually enjoy the flavour profile of bird's eye the most, but in very small doses with other things. So, and I can already feel my forehead sweating now just looking at these. My poor little body's going, yeah. In fact, it started sweating when I saw you. When I walked into our wardrobe, I was like, oh my word, I'm going to eat chili today. Promise, yeah.
I was thinking about that song, Burn, Baby, Burn. Burn,
You are going to be singing that.
Disco
and of course, if you need a bit of a relief, then you can sip on your Super M. We have all the flavours there for you. We have vanilla, chocolate, everything.
All of them.
All of them just for you to try after everyone. So we're going to start over here, take a bite, and
Go
we
for
can
it,
go in. You look nervous, and
Ladies
it's payback.
first, yeah, I know.
It's payback.
But don't you do this every day? Don't you taste your... Okay, so that, I'm taking that. That's mine. I'm going to...
I was just going to say, Graham, have you been drinking my Super M again?
Okay.
Nice and slow.
But these are peppers, right?
These are peppers. So
They're
these should
very
be
mild.
almost sweet, eh?
Yeah, very sweet flavour profile, so it should be good.
It's quite tasty.
Do you need the Super M?
Not yet.
Let's go
like
to
a
1 to 10.
Oh,
it's like a 1.
It's like a half.
A half. Okay.
Oh, ready, set,
Yet
go.
my
Not
head-
even on the tip.
Yet my forehead
Not even
is
on the
already
scale.
sweating. Oh, my word. Okay, this
We're going
is
to
going
step it up a
dangerous.
bit. Going to the habanero.
Not the habanero, the jalapeno. Jeez, you're gonna why don't we throw a ghost pepper in there? Okay.
Again,
I love seeing this torch on your face because this is what I experienced early on, so go for it.
It's a lovely flavour.
Beautiful. Amazing. I'm glad you like it.
And quite fresh.
It is.
It
And
takes a
crispy.
little while to kick in. I'm going to give this like a 3.
Okay, I'll give it like a 1. Because it's saying like not even...
I'll downgrade to a 2.
It's saying,
I'll try and
Not even hello.
show
But
off
actually
in front of
not.
my
Let's go.
friend here, and I'll downgrade it to a 2. Okay.
Do you need
Yes,
anything? Are you feeling? You feel like you need to... Do you get anything yet?
I've got my roll.
The fire extinguisher's there. The fire extinguisher's there. That
I left the big one for you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Graham, I insist you must have the big one. I'm
thank
smaller
you.
than you.
Cheers. You are.
darling.
You are. No,
How are
that's
they
logic.
cheersing
Cheers.
chilies?
Problem with the big chilies, you want to take a big bite.
Are we saying burn, baby, burn? Do, 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 do. You gotta swallow it.
Come on, yours are sweating now.
It's starting to go
Wow.
the same color as your shirt.
Okay. I'm going to put that on about a 6.
A 6? A 6? Okay, they're going in for the Super M. Clearly,
It's not hot. I'm just whistling.
That's your coping mechanism.
My eyebrows are sweating now.
I can see that glow there, that one little sweat droplet that's coming down slowly.
It's my time to shine.
So this is, you've officially reached the halfway mark.
And that's a good halfway chili.
Everything after this, it goes downhill from here, literally and figuratively. So here we go. We got Serrano.
Is there a second?
We're good, we're good.
You have medics on standby. Medics on standby.
Okay, so this is Serrano, which is going to be hotter than that.
Definitely.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Cheers again.
It's the fact that you guys are taking such big bites for me as well.
It's actually not too bad.
God.
Is it going to kick?
Speak, use your English words. What is happening in your mouth right now?
Okay, I can feel my nose is now running, which is a good sign. So I think this is... But it's not too much hot, so I'm going to put it in about a 6.
My nose is not running.
Okay.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting a glow. Okay. That's not too bad, actually.
Not too bad.
I'd say
You
those
can
are
do it.
comparable.
This is okay.
And it's quite tasty, the Serrano, hey?
But not the whole thing.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Well done, Graham.
We'll see later. We'll see later. The last one. Prep yourself, maybe.
I'm just going to have some Super just, you know, like
Put
chocolate.
some Super M, hold it there for a bit so it can control the burning, and then for the final one.
You know what upsets me is that people are enjoying it so much. Enjoying watching
We're
it.
not. We love seeing...
Come on, little friend.
You challenge yourself and challenge the palate.
And I actually like when they start to look a little bit, because you can tell with the bird's eye, they look hotter.
He says, come, my little friend.
Yeah, kind of trying to bond here.
The final one, and
Okay. Cheers. Okay.
remember,
One, two,
we are challenging
three,
you
four, five.
to a karaoke
Once I
after
caught
this,
a
okay?
fish alive.
So you need to be able to still sing after this, Chilli.
I know.
It's opened up my airwaves. Okay, then it lands. Okay,
How are we
there
feeling?
it's
How are we
coming.
feeling?
Woo!
That's about
Burn, Burn, baby, burn.
I put that at about a 7, 8. But it's not too bad, hey?
And what about you, Prim? You know what? I'm going to let her catch her breath for this because she's going to be performing for us a little later on. However, you are going to decide the winner. I think both of them are the winner to put themselves through that. But head on over to our social platforms and let us know how you'll be warming up with your Super M for the perfect winter chilling drink. We'll see you after this. Yeah.
Hola, Mzansi. It's going to be a hot day in the big city. Super M, anytime gap filler. Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day.
Are we doing karaoke live?
You'll always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing. That you'll be brave and joyful and kind. And that one day, when you look at me and I look at you, we'll love the wonderful you that you've become. It all begins with purity.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. We're live here on S3. Thank you very much for making your Tuesday a feel-good one with us. Now, she's not only a superstar in the kitchen, but she's also a superstar on the stage. Oh, yes. Yes, that's right. I'm talking about Chef Prim Reddy, who is a woman of many talents, and now she'll be performing a song for us by Lauren Word titled Fallen. And of course, you've got us joining you here because every superstar needs backing vocalists.
Thank you, honey. And this is karaoke.
This is karaoke. That's
and
it.
the chili is still there, so I'm just saying.
So you're going to be burning through this one. You're going to be heating through it. When did you start singing?
I was going to ask the same thing. When did you start singing?
During COVID. And the thing is, because there's food, laughter, love, and then there's music. So I'm not I'm not someone who's trained. I just sing and it comes from my heart.
You
and
sing
if
from
other
joy.
people are sad, and then they can sing, then they can be happy, and the world will be a much better place.
Oh, we're just happy having you with us today. So I think we're going to get into it. But again, we are your backup vocals, so don't rely on us because we are way at the back, like way back.
Let's get down to business.
Okay.
Hey.
I like the song.
I can't believe it. You're a dream coming true. I can't believe how I have fallen for you. Hey, hey, hey.
And I was
not looking, was content to remain.
And it's ironic to be back
in the game. Oh, Stella's got her groove back.
You are the one who's led me to the sun.
The sun, yeah.
How could I know
that I was lost without you?
I want
to tell you, you control my brain, and I should know that you are life in my veins. You are the one. You can just sing that. Who led me to the sun. You are the one who has led me to my son. You are the one who's led me to the sun. Well done, well done. How could I know that I was lost without you? Yeah, baby. I can't believe it. Hey, you're a dream. Let's step it up. That's it. Ba-da-da. Hey, I can't believe how I have fallen for you. Hey. And I was not looking, was content to remain. And it's ironic to be back in the game. Guys, I mean, a dream coming true. Hey, oh my, I have fallen for you. You're the dream coming true. Hey, oh my, I have fallen for you. Hey, you're the dream coming true. Yeah.
Come on, everybody. Ready, you can sing. No, you can actually sing. And I'm sad that you only started in lockdown because the world needs to hear more of your voice. So when can we expect an album? Because now we need an album.
No, I'm starting a band, baby. I'm starting a band.
Yeah.
There's no, it's just with the food.
It's for joy. It comes with the joy of life, the joy of the love of food, of people, and of connecting in this way. I don't know. Do you want to let us know what you thought of this? Send us a voice note, maybe of yourself singing your version, your rendition of this song, and send it to us on 063-408-8863. But Prim, ready? Put it here. Born ready.
Thank you so much for having us. It's awesome.
We love you.
Oh, well done, gang. That's how you let the spirit fly. You can see I'm still sweating. Yes, it's been spicy this morning. Now that we've got the spices packed down, it's time to lighten the taste buds a little.
I'll go. I wanna be Oh, he's back. Move way.
Clover fresh milk.
Made with love by Clover.
So as we continue to explore the beautiful flavors of India, you may have heard about a lassi. It is a blend of yogurt and spices, and we are leveling it up with our Clover Sip Up Strawberry, cardamom and rosewater lassi to tantalize the taste buds. Yes, I am still. My taste buds are singing at the moment after our chili challenge.
I thought we were done with the spices.
No, but this is really going to be mild on the
yummy
palate, but it's also going to awaken the senses because we are dealing with some beautiful flavor profiles here. And of course, at the heart of it, our beautiful sip up, and we're going to go for a strawberry flavor profile here. So you're going to help me on our way. And you'll see we've got our cardamom, and then we've got our rosewater lassi kind of combo there, a bit of yogurt and a bit of honey. And then we've got our chopped up strawberries. You could use a strawberry coulis if you wanted. For extra freshness, you could even freeze the strawberries and blend it in and get that kind of smoothie mix. So I'm going to ask you to just simply transport everything in there. I love the sip up. If you need a little bit of energy on the go, if you're looking for a drink to keep you going throughout a long day, simply grab any flavor of your favorite sip up, and then you can play around with the different flavors and ingredients to make your own lassi if you wanted to get a little bit more adventurous.
So all of this is going in?
Yeah, all of that cardamom going in there as well.
Interesting.
Love that flavor profile. The rose water just adds a headiness to this.
A lighter fragrant as well too.
Yeah, but it also engages the olfactory senses, and we know we taste with smell first, actually. That's what awakens kind of the olfactory. That whole kind of system starts with the nose, and then that enhances what we taste on the tongue. So this is...
your eyes, because sometimes you look at something and then you're just like, that's going to taste good. So
well, that's why we respond to colour. When we eat fruits and vegetables, why the colour is there is because that's how nature kind of guides us into the path of nutrients and attracts us to the fruit. So it all makes part of the same kind of sensory experience. I love it.
There you go, and I'll take one
sip up. And it's as simple as that. And this is obviously quite an exciting, bougie kind of little drink break. But you can have a little bit of fun. Take your favorite flavour of sip up and experiment with that.
There we go.
Put it down and mix in those flavors.
Look at that colour. Again, I always get so excited when I see a bright red of anything.
Definitely.
And it's just so yummy. Like it's going to taste so good.
And there we go.
Pour
That's
it
all it took to make a beautiful...
A snack on the go. Look how easy that was. If you want to make it for breakfast or a snack in between, and you want to add that spice, you have it.
Oh, and the thing is, we've put your taste buds through the most today. Let's calm them down. You have earned that.
I was going to say, because earlier on I asked for milk. They said no, I had water, and you had...
And water just kind of spreads the hotness around, I find. You need like a dairy snack to temper the taste buds.
You can actually taste that.
The cardamom.
The cardamom coming through, but then it also has a nice balance with the strawberries and the sip up. It's great. It's lovely. It's fresh. I would freeze that strawberries as well because it would just add an extra element to it. But this is great. I could have this. I think this is a reward after all the torture that I went through today. I definitely did earn it. Thank you so much.
You've earned it. Go and try it yourself. Now, that's a sip up to level up. And to get the recipe, as always, you can head over to expressoshow.com. Take your senses on a journey to India. Love it.
Yum, yum. Take this home.
New Revlon Color Stay Matte Like Crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon Color Stay Matte Like Crayon. Wanna play? It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. The final few minutes, still bringing you all the heat. Now, Nibs Van der Spray is currently on a countrywide tour and has been giving us a taste of what to expect all morning. He is rounding out the show this morning with When Children Play. Take it away.
and something's on your mind, but words don't come so easy. Think of all the other ways to say it. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.